show on the road. Let's get this show on the road. Hey, let me know if this mic is crackling or if it's good so I can stop it. I've been fixing the other live streams. I've been going back through and clipping out the crackling part. They allow us to do that. So let me know if this is good. If it's good, give me a thumbs up. If it's crackling, say, hey, go out and come back in. What up, Jess? My brother, what's good? All right. Thank you. Miss Abby says sounds good. So let's get this show on the road. Let's go. As you notice, hey, today I got my fun gear on today. This is my Juan Vargas Platinum Edition. If y'all can see, I was joking with Juan Vargas this morning. I was like, man, I say you could just make your name a whole new brand. Just make yourself a brand. I say, call everything Juan Vargas. So we started dying laughing. So of course, this morning I had some spare time. I decided to make myself a Juan Vargas Platinum shirt. And on the back, guess what it says on the back? Can you see it? It says, I blow dinero, motherfucker. I speak money. Sheesh. That's that Juan Vargas brand right there. And I like to say, appreciate Juan Vargas for hooking us up. We got a big ride tomorrow coming out. We got to go up to Canyon Lake. You know, he had a group of girls. They were like, hold up. He had a group of 12 that hit him up. And so he hit me up. And of course, I had to hit up Jamil real quick. And we got everybody situated and all of that. So we'll be heading up to Canyon Lake tomorrow. It's a good little ride, you know what I'm saying? And the girls are willing to pay us. And I mean, they're renting a boat. So they'll be out there boating all day. We pick them up after they finish boating and everything. So the back of the shirt said, hablo dinero. I speak money. And of course, I got to use Hispanic colors. I use the white, the red, and the green. You know, I got to represent Mexico. You know what I'm saying? I got to rep Mex, repmex.com. What up, Duado? Oh, yeah, man. So hopefully everybody's out there making a little money, having a good day. You know, I did my 2 private rides yesterday, made some pretty good money. I'm driving later today. I was going to go out last night and check this out because Jamil told me the same thing. This is what's happening right now. So I'm sitting in my house. I got Lyft Black running. A Lyft Black hits for $23. Pick up around the corner, take them to the airport. $23 for like 6-7 miles. That's it. $23. So I'm like, all right, they probably paid about $40, $50 for a Lyft Black. I said, you know, I'm going to do this quick $23 ride real quick. Grab my key. I walk it toward the truck. Not even a minute into it, the ride just disappears. They just said, it says Lyft rider canceled. And it said crew. So you know some of the airline crew did it. So it was booked through the airline. And all of a sudden it just said, you know, they just left. I mean, they sent me a message and everything. Hold up. Let me see where it is in here. Where is it at in here? Yeah. And it was at 10:47. They requested me at 10:46 p.m. 10:47 p.m. It says Lyft canceled. Crew has canceled the Lyft request. And I mean, it wasn't even a minute into it. Oh, yeah, Vladimir, we're going to get into that, brother. We're going to get into that. We'll get into that. What's happening in Colorado? I got something else for that, too. So I'm sitting there like, is this happening to everybody on Lyft Black where you're getting airport rides, airport requests? It's on your phone for about a minute. I accepted it. I accepted the ride and everything. And I was ready to walk around, drive around the corner, pick these people up from the hotel around the corner because all the airport staff stay by the airport. I stay by the airport. So I just put it on Black and I just do Black rides all day. Within a minute, canceled. I'm like, because usually if I get something like an Excel or a Comfort or an X, they'll let me drive to them. And I'm like, man, I'm not doing them X rides, $7 to the airport, $6 to the airport, $23 to the airport. I'll do it. So I was like, let me go do this real quick. Jamil says, you know what? That's been happening to me too. I'll get an airport ride. And next thing you know, it cancels. It closes out. Like, who the hell took my ride? Like, I was on my way. What up, young boy? What's good? What up, Triple E? My man, Eric. Because maybe their van showed up. No telling, man. Because sometimes I go up there and there's people up there picking up. But I've picked up so many times from around the corner. This is the first time it's ever happened to me. I've never seen it happen like that. Because anytime I get a black SUV, whatever like this, I grab the ride because it's booked through their service. The airlines books these rides to bring people to work. So I do it all the time. I just pick up people, take them to the airport, whatever. They be paying like $52. And I get like 24 out of the 52, $55, 24, 25. They be double charging these people, but you can't convert them because they're booked through the airline. The airline is doing this for the employees. So yeah, that happened to me last night. And I was kind of mad about that shit, man. I was like, wow, they got me, man. They straight up got me. whatever. I kept that shit moving. But yeah, so I had to do some truck work last night too. I was cleaning it all up, clean out the seats, the floors, got, the windows. I do a lot of maintenance on my truck. And now tomorrow we got a big ride coming up tomorrow. We should knock that out. They want to pay us $225 each truck. So we'll go out there and make a couple of $100. If we drop them off, we might make some more money because I'll be hanging out with Jamil after that. We're gonna see if we can make some more money after we drop the girls off. We'll see what we can do. What up, NG? Vegas guard to make the money and getting worse. Oh yeah. How do you deal with passengers that eat and vape in your vehicles without asking? Honestly, I don't care about vaping. Eating pisses me off. I don't like people eating in my car. But vaping, I really don't care about vaping because my Jeep smells like gasoline anyways because I run a supercharger. So people used to vape in my car, but it's like their vape smells better than the gasoline smell because I got big ass fuel injectors pumping tons of fuel. I got air and shit. My car smells like a car. When I'm driving that big ass Jeep, it smells like 18-wheeler and people love it. One dude I was taking, he was like, man, I love this Jeep. He says, man, it's loud. He says, it smells like my dad's truck, man. It's like, it smells like a machine. I was like, but it smells good. Like all the seats smell new and everything. It looks new. But like I said, I run a supercharger. I got blow-off valves. I got, PCV. I got, oil catch cans. There's a lot of shit going on in that Jeep engine. So when I'm driving, you can smell it. It's a machine, man. It's like you driving an 18-wheeler. It's like, whoop, whoop, whoop. That should be rolling. Big ass 4-bell exhaust and everything, man. So people love that Jeep, man. When it brings them back to the 70s, 80s, 90s, it brings them back home. It ain't like these new cars, like, a damn, EV. EVs don't have it just smell like leather seats. You ride my Jeep, you just hopped in the machine, goddamn it. You like, let's go. You can smell the oil from the valve cover gasket sometimes, like it'll kind of hit that manifold. You get that little nice oil smell, like, yeah, now we going somewhere. Now we ride. Now, I love cars, man. And I miss that about cars. I love exhaust. I like the smells of engines and gasoline and oils and transmissions moving. And you get that little clutch smell sometimes when you're really getting into it. So I don't know. I'm just a car guy, man. I know how these things are built. So when I smell the parts, I know shit's working. I'm like, yeah, this thing is working. You can smell the brakes when you've been driving all day. You're like, man, heat cool the tires off. You can kind of smell the brakes a little bit. Love it, man. Have I ever kicked the passenger out? Bro, if you've ever been on my channel, you ain't even got to ask me that. If you've been on this channel, you don't have to. I got tons of videos, man. You need to watch my content. You won't even have to ask that shit. You'll be like, okay, I see how this channel works now. It's like, man. Yeah, I don't like weed or cig smoking. I don't like weed or cigarette smoke. Because weed, like I said, I used to smoke weed. I probably would right now if I had some, but I just don't smoke weed. I ain't got time for that shit. But I don't want the smell in my car because I don't want people who I pick up. I pick up doctors and attorneys and lawyers and stuff like that. So I don't want them thinking I was smoking weed on the way to get them. This is my professional vehicle. I mean, imagine if you walked into a dentist's office, sat down and get a root canal, and you just smell weed. You'd be like, which one of you motherfuckers smoking weed before y'all finna work on my mouth? Hold up for a second. That's what y'all would think because it's the smell of it takes your brain somewhere. I don't want that smell in my car because I don't want somebody's brain to go, has this driver been smoking weed? Because that could potentially ruin it could ruin potential clients with you. Because you might be like, damn, hold up for a second, man. I was going to refer you to Jeff, but every time he show up, he smell high as hell. Man, this dude be smelling like he be smoking right before he come get us. Oh, yeah, Dirty Joe. I got a whole archive, man. I love to document everything, and I put a lot in my archives to let people know. This channel, like I said, it's historic. It's got a lot of history in here, man. It's got things that happened that's been documented, things on New Year's Eve documented, things the day of something happened documented. I document a lot on this channel, man, a lot. And like I said, it's a catalog. And even though it might not be something that happened today, August the 30th, it might be happening to something on June the 2nd. You might go, holy shit, I could use it. I could do that. We talk about, Uber Pet, Paw Patrol. We talk about a lot on this channel, and we don't talk about it all every day. It's like we can't keep it's like Groundhog Day. If we keep talking about the same thing every day, it's Groundhog Day. So we kind of catalog something, leave it where it is. If people want to know about it, they go check it out, and we kind of continue. And when people got spare time, they go look at what they're talking about. But today we're like moving forward, and instead of going all the way back to the beginning, every single video, because we always have new people on this channel, always. And they're always trying to take me back to kindergarten. They're always like, hey, man, can you tell me like how to turn on the Uber app if I got an Android? Bro, I got content for that, man. You're gonna have to. Well, we're already past that. We be doing it, man. We be doing it. What up, Greg? My man. What's good? What's good? Oh yeah, man. But like I said, hopefully, we start getting this money. Set up your private clients. I got some funny shit right now. Yeah, I want to kind of show you guys. I'm gonna tell you guys about what's been happening with the AV industry. And I'm going back as far as a year ago with some of this content. Because if you don't know what is exactly happening and what's going on right now, a lot of people, oh no, EVs are this and EVs are that. I'm like, no, I'm gonna go back. Let me see, a year ago. Where am I at? Let's see. That was 4 weeks. That was that. Nah. First, I want to talk to you about, because right now, what's going on right now, even Sergio talked about it on his channel. What's going on is that Uber, if you got a debit card, if you have the Uber Direct card or something like that, they're claiming it's a glitch. It's a hack. Something happened to it. Everybody got hacked and all your money's going to come up missing. And it's like, man, if you're going up to Phoenix 101 southbound Glendale, it's a dead stop. Don't go out there, man. Don't do it. But yet, so on Sergio's channel, that's what it was talking about. But I got something funny that was talking about how this happened about a year ago. Let me show you this real quick. Hold up for a second. Listen to this. Listen.
I will stay in the automobile space. My play is Uber, no shortage on the ride-hailing giant this week. First, nearly 2 years after selling its autonomous vehicle research unit, they are back in that space. Uber signing a 10-year multi-market deal, a joint venture between Hyundai and Aptiv for autonomous cars on both its ride-hailing and Uber Eats delivery app.
I'm going to pause it right there. So he's talking about it's on the rider and the Uber Eats. So all you delivery drivers out there thinking, man, I'm glad I don't do rideshare, man. Trust me, they've got developments on the way to take over Uber Eats as well. People are going to pull up to restaurants. The cars are going to pull up to restaurants. The cook or whatever, the waitress is going to walk out, put the food in the car. The car is going to go to the house. The person's going to walk out the house and get the food right out of the car. It's coming. Trust me, it's coming. They're doing with pizzas and everything right now. They're doing a huge test market. But if you work delivery, you think you're safe.
That's the key there. Trips are expected to start later this year. We're not exactly sure where, but based on regulations in California, you might expect Florida and Texas to be the first two markets. Also on Wednesday, Uber's former head of security was found guilty by a federal jury in San Francisco of attempting to cover up a data breach that actually saw tens of millions of both customer and driver records stolen.
So that's what I want to talk about. This was over a year ago. Remember how I keep saying every time a glitch happens, every time a hack or something happens, it's always something that's detrimental to the drivers, never to Uber or Lyft. Always. Over a year ago, they found a security chief guilty of covering up a hack. He was trying to cover it up. And what happened yesterday? Sergio and the rideshare guy put out that video saying, if you have the Uber Direct card, there was recently a hack. Hundreds of thousands of drivers will be affected by it. He put that out yesterday. Now they're so quick to put out a hack, so quick to put out a glitch. Because last year at this time, somebody went to prison for covering up a hack. They knew something was going on. And like I said, I think, my own personal opinion, it's inside jobs. We had Donna on my channel. Donna showed that one day she drove all day, made like $300. She actually came on the channel and talked about it, made $300. At the end of the day, she went to cash out and it was zero on her screen. She had never cashed out. It was an inside job. Somebody in Lyft already had took her money already. It was somebody in Lyft. She contacted Lyft, talked to Lyft, this and that. Lyft did investigations, put the money back on her account so she can download it, but never told her anything about it. See, they're always doing hacks and glitches and they're always trying to cover shit up. And people within the rideshare apps are getting busted for it. Over a year ago, dude got found guilty of a hacking case, covering it all up because he knew what was going on. They're not telling drivers what happens. And just like I put on a comment on Sergio's page and I said, they're going to say it was a glitch, it was a hack, and they're going to tell us what happened, but they never come back and say what happened because they're finding out what their employees and what their staff are doing. They lack quality control. They're stealing tips, stealing fares, hacking data, downloading our money, doing all of this crazy shit, and they never tell anybody exactly what happened. Same thing happened on New Year's Eve. They never told anybody what happened. Hold up.
How does it all come out in the wash? Uber shares up by more than 2% on the day. But as you know, it has been a struggle thus far this year, still down more than 30% year to date, Shauna.
Yeah, Dave, looks like investors are a little bit encouraged about.
So yeah, so that's what I wanted to show you on that part. Just saying, because like I said, this hack shit just came out. The hacks just came out like yesterday. And Sergio was talking about, and I was like, ain't that funny? About a year ago to the date, the same thing happened at the end of August, right before football season, right before the third quarter started. I wonder or the third quarter ended, because second quarter ended in June. You get months, then you got your next 3 months. Now they're starting to say, how can we come up with all this money? How can we come up with all this money? What's that? Salute 300 canceled 2 rides a day. This motherfucker had the audacity to send me a cancellation notice on Lyft. Ain't y'all slave? Exactly. It's like, what up, King James? Yeah, it's like, man, I ain't gonna send me a cancel notice. I don't care. That's cool. Do it if you want to. Was that Dasher came through? He said, hey, cash rides hitting Lyft and Uber. Desperate times for desperate measures for them. I won't be surprised if more shady actions start. Oh, yeah. And like I said, they're hurting for cash because more drivers are waking up and realizing we're independent contractors. They don't want to pay us. Independent contractors have a right to counteroffer. We have a right to counteroffer anybody making us an offer. Everything in front of you is an offer. That's all it is. You can counter an offer. If you're an employee and you sign a contract to do an employee's job description at X amount of dollars, you're an employee. You can't just every day show up at your boss every day. It's like, hey, you know what? I know I agreed to $20 an hour, but today, can I get paid $25 an hour all day? You can't do that. You're an employee. A contractor, we can move shit. We can move it back and forth. Oh, Josh, I had to do the white hat to match my Juan Vargas platinum gear. And that's the thing. In order to be a Juan Vargas platinum driver, you got to have a low AR. See, we're platinum on the low end. This is Juan Vargas platinum. You got to have a really low AR and a high cancel rate. Now you Juan Vargas platinum. Now we getting somewhere. But yeah, I'm glad a lot of drivers are waking up, man. I'm so glad. And I see it every day when I'm going online on other channels. Even when I see people on other channels going, man, you guys better start doing private rides. I can see it going to other people's channels. And of course, you got some of the pigeons over there. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that. I don't want to lose my house. Guess what? You're going to be evicted out of your apartment, evicted out of your house without making money. You're going to lose your house anyways. So you might as well make money if you're going to lose it. Because the sad part is you not making money and you lose your house because you just chose not to go do it. Like, man, see, I'm giving free rides today. I've been busy all day. No, this is Jeff. Have you seen the weekly insight on how many rides you did and how much you made? No, I haven't seen that. Because I only do like 1 or 2 rides a week on the apps. I don't do a lot of rides on the apps. I do maybe 1, 2 rides. If I do 3, 4 rides a week on the apps, that's a pretty busy week for me on the apps. Yeah, 3 or 4 rides on the week. 3 or 4 on the week. When I used to ride primarily app, I could do like, 10 a day, 15 a day, and barely be getting to $200. Now I do 1 ride, 60, 70, 1 ride, 80. Tomorrow I got 1 ride, 225. Do one ride, 1 ride back, 200. That's what I do now. So instead of me wasting my gas, wasting my time, I actually got time to work on my YouTube channel. I got time to deal with all the social media stuff I want to deal with, because I'm making $200 in 1 ride and I'm done for the day. I'm not greedy. I'm not trying to make $1,000 a day right now. I'll get there. But right now it's slow anyways. The money's not out there for everybody. You got a lot of greedy riders out there. It's like, oh man, you gotta, make sure that, you get out there and get every ride you can get, make 300 a day, 400 a day. If that's what you want, that's what you want. But I'm trying to do 1. That's it. Just 1. And if I can knock out 150 in that ride, cool. If I can knock out 200 in that ride, cool. Because a lot of people who I deal with, they're used to dealing with like black car service. They're used to dealing with like a certain level. I don't want somebody calling me saying, hey, Jeff, man, I got $8. Can you take me to work? It might take me 7, 8 miles to get to you. If I'm driving 7, 8 miles to get to you, then I got to take you 10 miles for $8. I might as well just drive on the apps. It's like, that's what the apps are doing to me. So I'm not going to do that to myself. So I'm like, man. So like, where's Rasha Lisa? She's in her voice chat. Probably didn't get Jeff's alert. Yeah, she's somewhere out here, man. Rasha Lisa, she's busy too, man. What up, Billy Proctor? Yeah, she's out there getting it in, man. She's out there getting it in. And I'm glad a lot of us are creating, content channels, because one channel can't get the full truth out. It's going to take a lot of us, an army of us, to get out here and let these riders know, let these people know, even other drivers know, there is a different way to do it. There is a different way to do it. And if you can't do this, now I don't get to go in the garage no more. Exactly. And it's like a lot of people out there, man, they don't understand that if you can talk to your riders, there was a guy today in my comments saying, you know, the reason why a lot of riders don't tip is because they hear drivers talking bad about the apps. And it's cool. We had a good conversation back and forth. You know, people disagree with me, and I'm cool with a disagreement. We had a good debate. The guy seemed pretty cool. He's been driving for about a year. So we were kind of going back and forth a little bit. I don't mind the back and forth. I like the debate because he's a new driver. And he says, well, I was picking up a rider, and the rider said the reason why he don't tip is because, you know, he's tired of hearing about how negative the apps are. And I'm like, you shouldn't be, you're not a waiter. You're a contractor. Waiters work for tips. I don't work for tips. I tell my people that I drive, you ain't even got to tip me because I charge them a fair price. If I charge them a fair price, I don't need to charge them a tip. I say, this is what my price is. They say, okay, if they want to tip me, fine. I'm really, really grateful if they do tip me because I know I charge them a fair price. That was even less than what the app charged them. I know I charged them a fair price and they still tip me on top of that. Now I'm grateful. But when people tip you on the apps, it's almost like they tip you. Now you're at almost a point of where it would be fair, depending on how much the tip is, because the apps are underpaying you. And when you drive on the apps and you're driving for tips and you out here trying to prove to people, well, I want to get a tip. Tell people, man, tell them the truth. And I said, when you tell riders the truth about what's going on in this industry, we are the industry. The apps are just tech who broke into this industry. They ran taxis out of logistics. Logistics is a lot of money involved. There's a lot of money involved in getting people around. So for the apps to think their tech is worth more than the action of us getting people around, that's where I draw a line. I say, no, you know, we do service. We talk to people. We chat with people. We have a good time, man. So I'm not going to sit there and pretend that to me, this is a side hustle. It's not a side hustle. It's a business. If you think they want you to think of this as a side hustle, so you don't feel like you should be making a lot of money. If they told you the trillions of dollars involved in logistics and that you are the one being played, they're playing you. It's like, instead of it being a side hustle, you getting hustled. They're hustling you, making you think you're not worth nothing. I know my worth, so you can't hustle me. I know this ain't a side hustle. If I could do $80 a ride, $100 a ride, $225 a ride, and people are completely cool with paying me that, oh, this ain't no side hustle now. This ain't no side hustle no more. $30 a ride just to take somebody downtown, this ain't no side hustle no more. This is a business now. But when they paying you $9, but they collecting 30 off of somebody, they hustling you, and they telling you, oh, you shouldn't be getting a lot of money. This is only a side hustle. It's not, you don't worry about getting a lot of money if you're a driver. This is just a side hustle. Go get a W-2. This is just a side hustle. I can do one ride today and make more than what some people make at a W-2 working 8 hours. I could do one ride because logistics pays that much. If somebody got to get from point A to point B, guess what? There's my man Jamil right there. If somebody got to get the point A to point B, they're going to pay a lot. They're going to either pay the apps a lot or they're going to pay you a lot, but they're going to pay a lot because it's logistics. And look, Jamil, I was telling them earlier, man, how we going to do tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? We got to get up to the lake. We got, some people to pick up at the lake tomorrow. And that's our, $200 ride tomorrow. That's our ride. If that's the only ride we do all day, I'm good with that. I'm good. Say, what up to Don? After getting fined $300 million, Uber's investing $400 million in Wave AI. That's the company, Wave. I was telling somebody they just did that. The self-driving platform, but nothing for drivers. Convert as much as you can. Thank you, Don, because I could not remember. Now, Jamil, I was trying to tell you about that. The Don is saying what I was trying to tell you. I couldn't remember the name because I couldn't find the article. It's the Wave, because I kept saying, I don't know if it's the Wiz, I was something. It's the Wave AI self-driving platform. Uber is putting a ton of money into them because they want to take on Tesla. Uber wants to take on Tesla. And I'm going to show you how I know they want to take on Tesla. Wait, let me go back into my watch later shit real quick. I'm going to show you how I know they want to take on Tesla right here. This was 4 weeks ago. Yeah, let's do like this real quick. This was about 4 weeks ago. Let me show you what they're doing. All right, and what he's saying is true. If they're putting all of this money into AI, they're putting all this money into everything out there, and they're not giving anything to drivers. If you can put $400 million into a future investment and you're not investing in drivers, that's for a reason. That's for a reason. This is what the Don is talking about right here. Well, this is not this is not Wave what he's talking about. This is how they're using strategic moves to get EVs and AI involved in what we're doing
Time
right
to
now.
look at Uber with a new BYD deal. Wow, say that 5 times fast for its EVs, about 100,000 units apparently. So this is really interesting news. Here to break down more on the story for us, I'd like to welcome in Kevin Green, senior markets correspondent.
This is a good
for
segment
the network.
right here.
So Kevin, walk us through Uber, BYD, this new partnership.
Yeah, so it's very strategic to say the least here. So BYD is going to be offering some vehicles on the Uber platform here. And as you kind of talked about, around 100,000 vehicles initially to start. And this is going to provide drivers the ability to gain financing, as also having some discounts and leasing options here. And this is really going to be an opportunity potentially in the future to build out the autonomous driving situation that is actually occurring here too. Obviously, we know about the robo-taxi, and there does appear to be a little bit of a wall of worry for Uber stockholders that could actually take a significant amount of market share. So maybe this is going to be a partnership to be able to offset that. Now, it's going to initially start in Europe as well as Latin America, but it will also expand out to the Middle East, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Notice that the United States is not on that list as of yet, and we know that there's kind of a little bit of a barrier here when it comes to selling Chinese-made EVs here in the United States. But overall, we are seeing both of the stocks actually up on the session here today. Hopefully, they're going to be able to hold. But once again, this is probably trying to get ahead of maybe some future competition coming out of Tesla.
Yeah, this is what I was going to.
So what he's talking about is the barriers to entry that the U.S. market has. The Democrats are fully invested in the EV. The Democrats we know run Uber. We know that. Tony West and everybody, they run Uber. But Trump wants to put a 100% tariff on Chinese EVs coming into our country so we can build EVs here in our country with American jobs and everything else. Trump says we want to keep these EVs out. Uber and Lyft says we want these EVs here. Let's bring them in before the tariffs start, because if Trump gets elected, then he's going to put tariffs on these EVs and this is going to shut our deal down. It's never going to hit America because it's going to be too expensive to bring an EV in here. So they're partnering with Cruise and Waymo and everybody they can here to get EVs. They want to do these BYDs because you know how Hertz was buying all these Teslas and Hertz went belly up, fired their CEO. That whole ordeal was horrible. Now they're trying to sell all these EVs dirt cheap. It was renting them out and everything. They want to do the same deal with BYD, but they want to do it like around the world right now before they bring it here because it's too much barrier for them to bring it here. Yeah, exactly. Yep. This is, did you see auto workers got supporting Trump's videos to stop EVs? Exactly. And I'm sitting there going, if people don't understand the game being played, this is a huge chess game right now. It's a huge chess match. And it's an industry that we are all in. Drivers, humans, we are all in it. We do service. We talk to people. We help people with luggage. Just like Jamil said, once they start doing AVs, they're going to eventually at some point hire people, just like they do with Waymo. When you get a Waymo, every once in a while, when it's on a highway, somebody is sitting in the driver's seat, like a human is sitting in the driver's seat, but a human's not doing anything. Last year, there was a woman, well, 2018, there was a woman who was sitting in the driver's seat of a Waymo, and a Waymo still hit a jogger anyways. So she got put in jail because she wasn't paying attention. And, you know, Waymo got sued or something crazy happened. But it's going to come back to that point again. They're going to have humans sitting in the seat, even though the car is driving by itself, and that human is going to be the service person. The human is going to be the one getting your luggage for you. The human is going to be the one probably opening your door, helping you get groceries in and out. But yet you said, I want an EV. They're still going to have humans involved to a small degree, just not doing the driving, because they want to get driving out of rideshare, out of logistics, and they want to put all these EVs on the market, even bringing you your food and everything. They put up a lot of big money, man. This is a lot of big money they dump into this.
Going to ask about, is this the kind of thing to expect in a space that still potentially has so much exposure to disruption from companies like Tesla? But I even think of a company like Lyft that is just so exposed to how big Uber's gotten. Just partnerships in general, is this something that you could see becoming more of the norm, be it across technology, be it across, hey, maybe you deliver food, we deliver people, we should work together against the big bad Uber?
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing it really across the board with Volkswagen partnerships. You are also hearing, obviously, some chatter around Lyft and maybe their ability to have strategic partnerships with others within the space, as far as maybe even DoorDash or having food delivery, which is another area where Uber is starting to thrive in here. So I think that's going to be the case. The really difficult part right now, especially when you're looking at the EV space, is going to be scalability and trying to ramp up production in a manner that's just not burning off cash. And so that's where we are seeing pressures coming from for names like a Lucid, or if you're looking at a Rivian, things of that nature. So I do believe that that's probably going to be the trend moving forward, maybe even some consolidation. But if some of these companies can kind of bring their technologies together, that also probably will provide some synergistic flows to the upside here for a lot of these names.
Now, what he's talking about, everything he's saying is that everything is tech. Everything is tech. They are not paying drivers. We're driving every day, getting paid way less every day. They're charging riders the same, if not more, every day. What do you think they're doing with their profit margins? I keep telling drivers, you guys are putting nails in your own coffin. If you're not building your own private client base, you're putting nails in your own coffin. They're putting $400 million up here, but they're giving you $1 per ride quest, and you're doing all the work, getting paid way less than what you used to get paid. They're putting money into getting rid of everybody who's making money for them right now. If you don't understand that, if you are a pigeon and you thinking, I'm going to be a better driver, I'm going to have 100 AR, I'm going to stay on the apps. What do you think they're doing? They're getting rid of you too. They ain't going to be like, oh man, since you're doing 100% of the rides or whatever, you got 100% AR, we're going to keep you on board. No, you're going to be replaced by AV too, because what they're going to do is have AVs in the area. Jamil, you even said it. There's way more Waymos at the airport now than what we've seen in the past. I was at the airport doing my drop the other day. Well, I was doing a drop and a pickup on the same day. I did a drop and then I had to come back and do a pickup. No, I did a pickup first, then I came back and did a drop because my drop was later in the afternoon. All I saw was the entire rideshare area was completely empty. The taxi area had about 10 taxi drivers. Every taxi driver out there talking to each other, chatting, smoking cigarettes. All the taxis are sitting there. The rideshare area was completely empty except for 2 Waymos. And even Juan Vargas told me last night, he says, dude, there's tons of people up here from for the Dodgers game. There was like 2 Waymos and all these people was on the curb. They're not giving drivers any rides. They're giving them the Waymos. They're telling people, oh, there's no driver in the area. And the moment you go up there, where they at? Oh, Juan Vargas. I'm going to show you something in a second, man. Before I finish with, look at, you going to look at this shit. Hey, Juan, hey, check this shirt out, bro. Did you see what this is? This is Juan Vargas Platinum. Remember I was telling you this morning? I said, dude, we should make your name a brand. I was telling you this morning. We should make your name a brand. And I said, fuck that. I'm going to make me a Juan Vargas Platinum shirt, goddammit. This is Juan Vargas Platinum. And on the back, it says, I'm going to show you what it says on the back. Hold, let me close this down real quick. Let me show you what it says on the back if you can see it. It says, Hablo dinero. Exactly. Juan Vargas Platinum, baby. You got to have low AR and high cancellation rate to be Juan Vargas Platinum. You ain't making no fucking money unless you Juan Vargas Platinum, damn. You cannot be Uber Platinum and Lyft Platinum. You got to be Juan Vargas Platinum. Man. But yeah, man, there's so many people out there that don't understand that the rideshare industry has changed. It's no longer rideshare. It's logistics. They are using you in logistics. They don't care about you sharing your car with anybody. They don't care about that. What they care about is using you as a tool to generate the money they can invest in tech. So all these executives say, we're going to invest money in tech. Because when we're dealing with people, we're dealing with too many personalities. We're dealing with people who want more money. We're dealing with people who want benefits. We're dealing with people who, want, he says, I ain't see that one coming. I know this is crazy, huh? So we're dealing with people who want too much out of the industry that we built. We built this industry with our cars. You think their tech built this industry? Imagine somebody getting the phone, summoning an Uber, and the Uber never showing up. How can you build that? How can you build on if you had a app and nobody ever showed up? You're not generating no money with that app. 1 million requests coming in, no drivers showing up. You're not generating income with that. We built this industry by allowing strangers in our cars, sitting behind us. That's like I told somebody the other day, when you see kidnaps happen, most of the people that kidnap people, they sit in the back seat and they kidnap the person in the front seat. You never see somebody in the front seat kidnap somebody in the back seat. It's hard to do because in the back seat, you can jump out, you can choke them up, you can do a lot of shit. The back seat is the driver's seat is one of the most vulnerable positions in your car. And we allow these people in our car, strangers, up to 40, 50 people a day Even more than that, when you're taking groups of 4 or 5, and you got, let's say you did 20 trips. Every trip you did had 4 people. That's 80 people you allowed in your car. 80 complete strangers you had in your car, and you were vulnerable to them. You were sitting right there, vulnerable, but you still did it anyways. These people are using us like tools to build their industry, to build their tech, to build everything they want to do. Oh yeah, Jeff, man. What Jeff say? Ever notice the glitch always goes one way? Exactly. We always say that shit. Man, it always goes one way. That's crazy, man. Oh yeah, I haven't opened Gmail yet, Billy, man. I've been busy as hell, man. I ain't even opened Gmail yet. I got to get in there and check that shit out in a minute. Because I'll be so busy, man. I got like 4 platforms running. I got a car. I got to yank a transmission out on the side of the house when the weather gets better. I just turned my pool back on today. Had to fill it up, man. Dude, my day be moving when I wake up. I rarely sit down at this computer. But when I do sit down, I got to, hang out with everybody. 100,000 AVs cost about $2 billion. Oh, yeah. Because they'll rather put that money into AV technology and everything because they're getting rid of people. They got this whole agenda 2030 coming, 2035 coming, where they only want electric cars on the road. They got this whole climate shit going. They want everything electric, no gas cars, and they're pushing for it. They're going to get money for it. Anytime they hit a certain, let's say a level, they hit a certain level, they're going to get a bonus for it. If they say, hey, Dara, if you can get it to where you've got 200,000 cars on the road and they're all EV, no emissions whatsoever, we give you this type of bonus. Hey, if Uber can do this, and this without using gasoline cars, we're going to give you an extra bonus. These are all games. They're playing games with humanity right now. Everything's a game to them. They got way too much money. When you got that much money, you done bought yachts and helicopters, and you got 4 or 5 houses. You done bought giraffes and shit. You got a zebra as a pet. You running out of shit to do now. You done bought everything. What's the next? Let's play God. We got too much money. Let's play God. We got a whole planet to play with. Let's pretend that something's wrong with the planet and it's up to us to fix it. So what do? You start saying, hey, man, if we don't change everything, if we don't change nature, we're going to fuck this world up. So you start playing climate games. You start playing health games. You start playing God with everybody instead of just letting everybody live. You start having controls and regulations and mandates and laws. You start doing this. That's what all these people are doing right now. They're playing with everybody, man. And I'm glad that Zuckerberg stood up and said, hey, you know what? I was pressured by a government, an American government, to push a narrative onto people to control people. I was pressured into doing that. I didn't really feel that I should have did that. We got people who are rich, powerful people standing up to governments now going, you know what? I'm not playing y'all games no more, man. I'm done with this, man. And I'm glad they're doing that. Glad they're doing that because they should have. Hold on, I'm going to go back to this thing. There was another video I had too. It was a pretty good video. Where was this at? Let me close that one out. Oh, this is funny right here. This is funny. Y'all gonna love this. Y'all gonna love this right here.
Self-driving car was caught on camera driving the wrong way.
Hold on, let me back this up. Y'all gonna like this shit. This shit is crazy. And this happened over about Tempe.
A Waymo self-driving car was caught on camera driving the wrong way in Arizona.
Waymo, they turned.
Oh, wow. All right. So this video was taken Friday in Arizona. 2 women say that they were driving when a Waymo car came into their lane after it made a turn. The women say that they were worried about a head-on collision, so they got out of the way. They say the driverless car just kept going.
If a person made that mistake where it's like they're driving down the wrong side of the road, I don't think you should have your license, That's the thing. Like if you pull a Waymo over, like odds are there's probably not going to be a driver in it. So it's like who is held accountable for those individual mistakes?
In a statement, Waymo says the vehicle had to reroute its course because of a traffic light change, and that vehicle safely cleared the intersection. Waymo says it is always working to refine its systems and improve safety.
Watch breaking.
Now, what's going to happen one day is these Waymos one day, they're going to end up, Ron, thank you, Josh. I appreciate that, brother. This is coffee and donuts for the 5-hour stream today. Man, I already got my coffee right there. Just need to go get the donut. No, but it's going one day, these Waymos, you see how far that car went over, past onto the oncoming traffic. There's people that walk across the street sometimes. What if one of those Waymos runs somebody down because they're walking across the street, they make a wide turn, run over a pedestrian? All the profits these cars are trying to make people, all the profits are going to turn into lawsuits, big lawsuits. And I dropped a video the other day about Tony West making money off of, guess what? Lawsuits. It's like they're taking the money that we make, using it against us. And if they sue themselves, if they get sued, they're suing us, because drivers have to drive to pay off the lawsuits from Uber in, but the Justice Department, the taxpayers pay off the lawsuit on the other end to all of the people. So no matter what happens, all the money through all these lawsuits that we got going on everywhere are generated by people, us, the lower people at the lower level. And who gets the benefit of all these lawsuits? Attorneys at the top. All these rich attorneys, all these corporations, all these attorneys that work for corporations, everybody that's owns shares in attorneys, law firms, and attorneys that invest in hedge funds and everything. It's like, if you can't sit back and realize that we're being played, everybody's being played right now. Every time you sue a cop, guess who pays for it? The people in that town pay for it. The police don't have money. So the police say, we got an insurance company. We're going to sue the cops. Cops say, we're just going to raise people's taxes. So you are essentially suing yourself. Same thing what happens with the Justice Department. What do you think they get that money from? Taxpayers. You sue somebody through the Justice Department, all the attorneys are going to get rich. Everybody's like, yeah, let's settle out of court. Let's settle. We get a percentage of that money. Man, we finna eat. We finna eat. The victims of everything usually just get pennies on the dollar because they got to pay medical bills and they got to pay attorneys. They don't get nothing. They end up walking away with about 30% of everything, and yet 60 to 70% of everything goes to attorneys, medical people. So their business is settling lawsuits. That's their business. That's their profit, is to settle a lawsuit, because they're going to get way more than all the victims get. So they're going to keep doing shit to keep generating lawsuits, because there's no cap on it now. You can do whatever you want to do. The only way you can hit somebody with a lawsuit is to sue them directly, because even insurance companies, they're not paying lawsuits all no. And no, we're denying this claim. We're denying this. And they won't even do it no more. So I'm telling you, man, I volunteer to be the victim. Don gonna jump in front of a Waymo, just run into the damn fender, just run head first to the fender and do a cartwheel. Be like, they just hit me. That Waymo is gonna have a speakerphone at the top. It's gonna be like, you're a liar, you're a liar, you're a liar. You land on the ground, you hit me, you're a liar. Aim a spotlight on you. He's a liar. This guy's lying. Waymo be mad as a motherfucker. You're a liar. Look at this liar in the road. They gonna shoot a big old like a water gun at you with like liar paint. He's a liar. He ran into me, officer. Like, man. Now don't mess with them Waymos, man. Don't mess with them Waymos. You're gonna upset yourself up out there. Now everybody's like, we should do this to a Waymo, man. I ain't messing with them damn Waymos. I ain't worried about that. Oh man. Oh, and then I gotta show y'all this right here. This right here. Now this video was 7 years ago. This video was 7 years ago that I'm about to show y'all. Tell me if this is not the same shit going. I'm telling you, man, these apps are cyclical. They keep thinking that we forget about stuff. Listen to this. Y'all gonna be like, wow, this is a bait and switch.
A new lawsuit accuses Uber of pulling a bait and switch, not with passengers, but with its drivers.
Listen to this.
KPIX5 Susie Steimel here with new pricing policy that has some of them crying foul. Susie?
Well, Alan, rideshare companies like Uber and Lyft were originally developed to cut out corporate runaround. The transaction is meant to be between a passenger and a driver. Well, an LA law firm claims Uber maliciously and deliberately broke this system by ripping off drivers and secretly taking money from passengers.
So the law firm that sued Uber and Lyft 7 years ago said they were, and they won, I believe they settled, said Uber and Lyft were doing this shit on purpose, making sure that they were stealing money from the driver, not the passenger, but from the driver. They were charging drivers kind of like what they do now, charging them a certain fare, but coming up with a way to scheme money off the driver.
Passengers.
They're being egregious. They're double dipping.
Meet the latest legal team trying to take down Uber. Bobby Sadian and Daniel Miller's LA law firm filed a class action lawsuit against the rideshare company for its pricing system released last year. Here's how it works. As a passenger, I would agree to a fare amount to get from point A to point B. Let's say it's $25. Uber shows the passenger a route costing $25. On the driver's app, the driver gets a quote from Uber showing a different, less expensive, more direct route. The driver takes home only the money earned for miles driven, not the higher amount of money the passenger paid for. And that's on top of the 20 to 25% cut Uber already takes off the fare.
Uber is systematically overcharging and underpaying and pocketing the difference.
Uber doesn't deny.
That was 7 years ago. This was 7 years ago. I'm telling y'all, research your history. If you don't look at your history, you don't know where you're going. 7 years ago, they were doing exactly what we saying they're doing now. And people like, no, they're not. Now I'm getting all my tips. I'm getting all my fare. I think it's great. When I see people like that in the comments, I'm thinking they're probably app employees or people trying to keep us off the scent of the theft. I'm telling you, man.
Deny this. In a statement released today, it said, we price routes differently based on our understanding of riders' choices. Riders will always know the cost of a trip before requesting a ride, and drivers will earn consistently for the work they perform with full transparency into what a rider pays and what Uber makes on every trip. Friday, Uber agreed to be transparent about the pricing system so drivers can see Uber's take.
This is a competitive play by
This guy
Uber.
used to be on a
Christian
rideshare
Faria
guy.
just wishes they'd done it sooner. He's been an Uber driver for 4 years and blogs about the industry. He thinks
on a
Uber
rideshare
owes
guy.
him money and that the company is going against what rideshare was meant to be about.
You know, at the end of the day, the ride I would give you would help pay my rent or do this or that, and the money kind of stays among people. But now it just
see, Christian used to be on the rideshare guy. He's pre-Sergio. This guy, he's saying exactly what we say. If they pay us within the community, the money stays within the community. But if what they're doing is taking all the money out of the community, leaving drivers broke, so we don't have the money to put back into our community. Listen to them.
among people. But now do this or that, and the money kind of stays among people. Would help at the end of the day. The ride I would give you would help pay my rent or do this or that, and the money kind of stays among people. But now it just seems much different.
It's also worth noting that Lyft has not come forward.
Yeah, so that guy, Christian, he used to be on the rideshare guy a long time ago, but he was even saying what we say right now. We do private rides so we can keep the money here in our community. We know how these apps are pulling money out of our community and they're giving it to investors, giving it to everybody else out there. They're not caring about the driver, our car parts, whether or not we pay rent, whether or not we pay bills or anything like that. They don't care. They're putting all the money we make into the EV market, into the AV market. Why are we working so hard for them? I mean, what's the benefit of us working? Like I said, we don't get no retirement. We get no health benefits. We get nothing. We get no, the other day I showed how in the video, they were giving these people, they were working so hard, they were leaving being millionaires. They were leaving the company being millionaires because they were getting stock options and all this stuff. They don't give drivers no stock options. We don't get stock options working for these people. We're doing all the work for Uber. We're doing all the work for Lyft, DoorDash, Uber Eats. We are never, as a driver, offered a stock. They should be like, hey, for every week you work, 40 hours, for every week, we'll give you a share of stock. Okay, look at that's 52 shares a year. 52 shares a year if you work normal hours. 52 a year. 52. Some people have worked 10 years. That's 520 shares of Uber stock they would have to date right now. So, of course, if you got stock in a company, you worked a company to do better. You wanted to do better because you got stock in it. But when we know that they're using our livelihood, our life, our time, our energy, our vehicles, our equipment, and not giving us nothing, why should we care how well they do when they don't care how well we do? We don't get stock. They say, well, you could purchase it. I'm buying stock from myself. I'm the one generating the wealth. And it's like those employees, they're giving stock. They give them stock. They give Dara free stock. They give all these people free stock for making decisions. You telling me as a business person, I'm not making a business decision when I'm picking people up? So therefore, I make business decisions for myself. I say, hey, how much you pay for this ride? 76. Guess what? I'm getting 29 out of the 76. You want to do it for $50? Just do it for $50. Okay, that's fair. I'm fair with my people. That's my stock. I got my stock sitting on 4 wheels outside. That's what I invest into. So I'm going to get my money back. I told you, I said, I'm coming for my money. I don't care what they say. And these apps know it. They will not say it out loud. They won't say it to any investor. They won't say it to shareholders what we're doing. A lot of shareholders and investors see our channels and they know what we're doing now. They're like, oh, shit, these guys are doing cash rides. Man, these guys are pretty smart. These guys are getting their money out. So what are we going to do? We need to hurry up and get rid of their ass. We need to fast forward this plan because otherwise everybody's going to be used to doing private rides. Everybody out there going to be so used to doing private rides and having private drivers. All these EVs and these AVs and shit we got, they're going to flop because we won't have anybody with money. Everybody who's a private rider, they have enough money to cover somebody. They negotiate with us back and forth for the rides and everything. That's cool. But when somebody tells you, okay, we'll pay you 75 for the ride, that's different. I've had people try to get me to do rides for completely free, for free. And they be like, yeah, man, well, I know we needed a ride. You know, I know you say you're a driver, you know, this and that. Yeah, I'm a driver, but this is my career. That's like you asking a doctor to do heart surgery for you for free just because you know him. Hey, doc, I need heart surgery, man. Can you do some heart surgery for me, man? We cool like that. Can you give me a free stent? Can you do something? Man, let me have one of them hospital beds and some IVs and shit. Somebody's got to come up with the cost. Somebody's got to pay all these nurses in that operating room. Somebody's got to pay for this doctor's time. Somebody's got to pay for that hospital bed. Somebody's got to pay for the record keeping. So if you're dealing with free people all day, free fucking people, you ain't going to make it nowhere because you got a bunch of people around you as of a shit for free. And real shit, you ask anybody out there who owns a business, and I don't like to put this shit on just black folks in general because I won't do that. But if you go to any black business pages, you will hear how black people talk about how the black community treats us as black businesses. They don't go to AT&T asking for a discount. They won't go to Chevy asking for a discount, but they show up at black businesses asking for discounts. Oh man, you gonna charge me like that, man? You gonna charge, man? We cool, man. You can't give me a discount. Why do you think black businesses fail faster than almost any other business? Because nobody believes in our worth as black business people. They believe they should get a discount because we're not worth the money that we're asking for. So it feels good to me to do business with people when I state my price, it's a fair price. And they go, oh shit, yeah, whoops. And they even give me more. Hey, how much? 80? I tell you what, I give you 90. Okay, cool, no problem. I appreciate that, man. But yet, when you see people in the hood all the time, what's the first thing they want to do? Oh man, you gonna charge me 40 for that? Dude, my cousin said he'll do it for 25. You gonna charge me 40 for that? Why do you think black businesses fail? Because when you're dealing with people who always want to undercut your price, undercut your value, you don't have the money to sustain yourself. Uber is doing that shit to all of us. They treating us all like they want to undercut us. And not every year it comes out, we get paid less, and less. They treating us like they don't value who we are. So why do I keep doing business with Uber? I said early in this live stream, if you see me do 4 or 5 rides a week on the apps, that's a lot. You don't believe me? I'll show you my apps. And you'll be like, holy shit, he really don't drive on the apps. No, I don't. Because they're undercutting me. They're undercutting my value. If you're going to undercut my value, why do I want to keep working with you? Because I know what you think of me. You don't think I'm worth the money. Let me see, weekly summary. Okay, this week on Uber, I was online for 1 hour, 43 minutes. I didn't take a single ride. $0, 1 hour, 43 minutes, just scouting pretty much. Last week, I was online for 1 hour, 3 minutes. I did 1 ride, $26. That was that 3-mile ride I did for $26. So I did 1 ride. Uh-oh. What happened? The thing just glitched on me. It glitched on me. Are we back? Are we back? It hung up and came back. And then the week before that, I did 2 trips, $53. 2 trips, $53, was online for 7 hours, 13 minutes. And I did 2 trips in 7 hours, 13 minutes of being online. I'm telling you, I'm not going to sit there and, yeah, man, the system like glitched on me, man. It like glitched and came back. I was like, damn, what the hell? And that's why I tell folks, man, even with, yeah, is it just what my barber says all the time? And that's the thing, man. And I try to tell people, especially my brothers, my sisters out there, my black brothers, sisters in the hood, you know, starting a business, especially the young people that get in my car and they say, yeah, man, I'm starting this new business. I'm starting this clothing line. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You know what I tell them? I say, everybody, yeah, Lyft working on my internet. So, it's probably the FBI fuck with my shit. Who knows? They don't like anybody who supports Trump. They probably FBI fuck with my shit. Like, hey man, keep fuck with his internet connection. Okay, whatever. But yeah, so I tell all these young brothers, you know, they starting a clothing line. I say, you know what? As a businessman, I tell them this shit. Not everybody's going to be your customer. These is young brothers, 22, 23, you know, getting their money together, trying to do their shit. I say, you know, everybody's not going to be your customer. I say, be okay with that. There's 7 billion people on this planet. A lot of them you haven't met yet. Some of them really think you're worth what you're asking. A lot of the people you do know, even people in your family that you do know who saw you at the bottom, they still think you worth the bottom. They don't want to see you get to the top. They see you struggle your whole life at the bottom. So when you tell them $50, they say, well, how come I can't get it for 25? Because we fam. Why can't I get it for 27? Because we fam. Well, 50 is my price because it covers my overhead, my cost, my shipping, my this. 50 is my price. Oh man, we cousins though. Everybody's not going to be your partner. Everybody's not going to be your customer. So when you're sitting there doing business, you got to say, value the people who value you. Don't value people who look at you and say, I've been around you your whole life, therefore you owe me a discount. Those are the people that are going to keep you exactly where you are. They're never going to help you come up. And I tell folks, man, if somebody looking at you, family, blood, I tell motherfuckers, you was born in your family. You were born into your family. You didn't choose that family. You were born into that family. So you don't have an option. But for the people around you who are your friends, who are your buddies, who are your customers, those are the people you choose. Choose people who value you. The family you born into, if they don't value you, cool. You can't change that. It's historic. Your birthday came back in the 70s, back in the 60s, back in the 80s. Your birthday came. You can't change that shit. But you can change everybody you put on your path in front of you. And if your family wants to see you rise up out of the hood you came from, out of the dirt you came from, they're going to pay you what you're worth because they want to see you get there. They can't wait till you get there, then be like, oh, man, I see you made it, dog. I see you made it, dog. Man, I'm kind of short on rent. Can you float me like $1,000? How am I gonna float you $1,000 when I floated you discounts the whole time I knew you? I've given you over $1,000 in discounts. Why don't you just save the money I was giving you, set it to the side so you wouldn't be asking me for $1,000 now? But they won't do that. They won't do that. Thank you, Myra, man. We could do a Venmo strike for upcoming college football games and clean house. Oh, yeah, you know it. You know we're going to be doing Venmo. Man, you already know, Myron. You already know. We on that shit already. We're going to be at bars and everything. We getting this money this football season, brother. These apps see us coming. That's why they pushing AV and EV so hard to get these people to believe, oh, we're in control of the situation. Don't worry about the drivers. Shit, doubt it. Doubt it. We're going to be out there getting it this football season, and everybody know it. Private drivers, private riders, they see us coming. Yeah, exactly. So I'll stop dealing with plenty of people because they didn't value me even themselves, family included. And it's sad that we got to be like that. But I tell folks, man, if you really want to float in this world, if you really want to get on a ship and you want to sail and be somewhere, you got to leave people behind who won't unanchor you. If they anchor you down and you stuck where you are, you never going to make it nowhere. At some point, you got to say, man, I got to pull up anchor because I got to get going, man. There's things I got to do. I mean, there's a lot of people that I know out of the thousands and thousands of people I know in my life that have always seen me do things, whether, it's car work, whether it's sell shirts, whether it's, doing online shit or whatever. They've always seen me try to support myself through giving value. I've always given value. I've never begged from nobody, always given value for value. And even through doing that, you get people who will tell you, oh, well, I don't think it's worth that much. Then go somewhere else and get it. But you see, they'll never get it done. They'll never get it done. Go somewhere else and do it then. 2 months later, the shit still ain't done yet. And you're like, how come you didn't get it done yet? You know what I'm saying? I gave you a good price. You told me you can get a better price. This shit still ain't done yet because nobody's doing it for that price. When you see people who don't value you, never having shit done, that means they don't value nobody around them except themselves. When you see somebody always on the move, like I tell folks, man, I help my team out. Juan Vargas helps me out. Jamie Carey helps me out. I turn around and help Jamie. We always help people out. Bighorn Kev, we always helping people out because we're of value. If I didn't value anybody and always about self, I'd be busy as shit trying to do 50 million rides a day. Just like Eric. I sent Eric a message yesterday, said, hey, Eric, do me a favor, man. I got somebody needs a ride at 1:00. I'm on the opposite side of town doing a ride. Can you do this ride? Yeah. So I transferred all the information and everything to my brother. He never contacted Eric. So apparently he must have found a ride or something like that. But I gave him all of Eric's information. And I'm like, dude, this is how we take care of each other, man. This is how we take care of each other. So in rideshare, in this business we're in right now, when you state your price and you tell somebody, man, I'll do it for, $35. Oh, well, Lyft is only charging $26. I'm not Lyft. Motherfucker, Lyft is charging $26 because they're getting government subsidies. They're using your tax dollars to stay afloat. That's why they can do it for $26. They're getting money on the back end. So you pay Lyft $26, all you're doing is putting a nail into your coffin. Because you pay Lyft $26, you give me a $10 tip, you just paid $36 total. I'm just telling you $35. That's it. And it all comes to me and I stay in the community and we keep it moving, man. Because I got to drive. And like I told somebody, I have to drive 20 miles to get to you. If I got to drive 20 miles to get to you and you tell me that 20 miles to get to you ain't worth nothing, I'm the idiot to drive that 20 miles to get to you. That's the way I look at it. So I'm not going to be stupid and say, okay, I'll come to you for free. That's 20 miles to get to you. That's gas, that's tires, that's risk. That's a lot of shit involved. So if you tell me, well, you got to drive 20 miles to get to me, my problem. Well, I can't be your driver then. I just cannot be your driver. I'm too far away from you to be your driver. You got to find somebody closer to you. But if you say, hey, you know what? I consider the fact that you're 20 miles away and I really want you to be my driver. So guess what? I'm going to cover some of that for you. How about I give you 25 to get to me and then give you another 30? So 55 is cool. 55 is cool. We could do 55. That's cool. But if you tell me, well, Uber's only charging me, $45, $50 to do this, man. I'll say, yeah, but out of that 45, 50, I got to drive 20 miles to get to you. And then I'm only going to get 20. So if you tell me 55, when the app is going to give me 20, that's a $35 difference. I could come get you for 55. I just can't do it for 20, man. I just can't do it. And some people you got to leave behind and be cool with that. Be cool with that because we got to keep this shit moving forward. We got to build business. That's why I tell folks when I used to work corporate and people used to be like, man, get me a job with you, man. Get me a job with you. I was like, nah, because I'll be the first motherfucker to fire you. Because that's my job is to hire people and fire people. I'm sitting in interviews, hiring people and firing people. I can't keep you just because I know you. I'm Jeff's homeboy, man. If you ain't doing the job, I'm going to be the one to fire you. And then after we fire you, you ain't going to be able to make rent. After I fire you, you ain't going to be able to pay your car insurance. You going to blame me for all your life fucking up when you just was too incompetent to do what we hired you for. So now I got to fire you or they're going to call me incompetent and can't run the team and they're going to fire me. So it's either me or you. That's why I don't hire family. I will not hire family. I just won't do it because we got to show up at the family reunion one day. So we show up at the family reunion, man. Jeff fired me, man. I lost my apartment and shit. Why I fired you? Because you were incompetent. Well, we cousins though, man. You had to fire me, man. You could have helped. No, fuck that. Because if I hire you and now I got to take the heat for you and I got to get fired because of you, do you care about me being homeless? Do you care about me losing my house, my cars? If you gave a shit about it, you would have did your job that I hired you to do. You would have showed up on time. You would have ran the reports like people had. Wouldn't have been a shithead. That's why I can't hire family because I'm going to have to fire family. I know how shit works. So I'm one of those people, man. It's like, it's all about value, integrity, doing what you're paid to do. And if you can't do those three things, man, you can't make it and starting your own rideshare company. Because I'm a person that I'll build a team around me and everybody around me, we all pull equal weight. If I got to get up and shower and throw on some clothes because somebody said, Jeff, man, my car, I just had a flat. I got to pick up 2 fucking people, man. This is crazy. And I'm like, dude, let me shower real quick. I'll grab them, figure out the flat tire. I'll do it. Don't worry about it. We jump in and mix for each other, man. I'll be like, oh man, I'm sitting here, man. I was just about to eat, man. I'll put that shit in the refrigerator because I can't leave my team hanging like that. I'll come back, get it out the fridge and microwave that shit. But sometimes you got to understand your team is as valuable as you are. You got to fight hard for them. It's a lot of family out there that won't even fight for you like that. They'll give you some excuse left and right. Next thing you know, yeah, okay, motherfucker, we family, but yet you owe me because of some shit I did for you at a discount. Yeah, man, I can't. Nope, can't do it. I did a video a long time ago about not co-signing for people because I just believe if somebody don't care about their credit enough to take care of their own credit, what makes you think they're going to care about yours? Your credit don't got shit to do with them. If they don't care about their own credit and they let their own credit go to shit, what makes you think they're going to go above and beyond to help you keep your credit good? You co-sign for them. They don't even take care of their own shit. It's like, nah, man, I don't co-sign for people, man. I just don't do it. Why not? We ain't cool. We cool, but I'm not that stupid though. I mean, if you cared about credit, you'd take care of your own shit. Yeah, well, something happened. I don't want something happen to mine. Let's just put it like that. I don't want something happen to mine. I'm easy with that shit, man. It's like, I'm cool with everybody. But I can't sign that line for somebody who I ain't seen go above and beyond to fix their own shit. You got to go above and beyond to fix your life. When I see you striving and struggling and getting out, driving 2 o'clock in the morning, taking extra shifts, doing what it can do, out hustling, marketing yourself, generating business cards, keeping your car clean. When I see you going to that level to take care of yourself, you about it. But when I see you every day, working 12 hours a day, doing pigeon rides, and I'm not doing nothing off the app. I got to stay on the app. I don't know if I can co-sign for you, man. Because you ain't putting your life in your own hands. You putting your life in the hands of apps that don't even want to see you eat well. And when you putting your life in the hands of apps that don't want to see you eat well, and you asking me, hey, can you co-sign for me a car? Nope, can't do it, bro. I'd co-sign for an entrepreneur in a heartbeat. Co-sign for an entrepreneur in a heartbeat. But for a pigeon, I can't do it, man. Because you're going to have Oh man, the apps just stopped paying me. I don't have no challenges. I don't have no quests. I'm not gonna be able to pay you back. Shit, that ain't ever happened to me. A true entrepreneur gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna work 3 days straight. I'm gonna go out and market my ass off at these concerts. I'm gonna make this money back. Cool, let's do it then. Let's do it. So I helped my friend get a job. It worked out because I know a good work when I see them, family or friend. Oh yeah. And that's this thing. I've gotten a few people in my circle get a contract. I've helped them get contracts with corporate America. I've helped them because I've seen them in corporate America doing other work. It's not everybody across the boards I help though. People that have proven themselves to me, just not through relation, but through their actual work. I pulled them through like, okay, cool, man. I see you doing it. I see you doing it. Since I ran out of gas and my Uber fam here in Rockford came to help me out when I needed it. My mom didn't answer, nor did either of my brothers. I'm telling you, Chrissy, it's like that, ain't it? It's like that. But yet the moment they need a couch move, for you the first person, hey, can you come over and help me move a couch? Motherfucker, I gotta drive 35 miles to help you move a couch. You can't knock on the people next door. You can't talk to them. No, I need you to come help me. I'm 35 miles away from you. I'm not driving to help you move a couch. No, because that's 35 miles to you and 35 miles back to where I am. That's about 2-3 hours out of my day and 70 miles. I ain't got it. Knock on the people. I don't talk to them people next door. And you better get cool with those motherfuckers because you live by them. I'm not now. I'm cool. It's like, duh. This is, I run my own business, family or friends, stranger. When I see good work and I'll see them. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you got to do it, man. If you see somebody working hard, you help them out. See, so I have a friend that makes 45 hours of RN. Friend asked me to go pick up son from AP 125 miles away, one way, bring him home. I say 250. Friend says, I can get a cab to do it for 200. I say, do it. Exactly. It saved me the time. Shit, do it. Do it. Well, I can get a friend to do it for 200, then do it. What you talking to me for? Because if you're looking for me to do it for less than if 200 is affordable to you, and see, that's me. I don't shop around a lot. I'm looking for a target price, not the lowest price. Everything I do, I'm looking for. That's why when I go to AT&T store, I sat there for 2 hours one day because it was worth it to me because they had what I wanted. Even if I had to order one phone and buy the other phone, we just had to get through the system to get to it and everything. But I'm not looking for the cheapest price. I'm looking for the target price. I could have drove across town and got shit for cheaper, but it's like, I'm not looking for cheap. I'm looking for a target. If it's within my ballpark of what I can afford, let's do it. If you tell me 250 and 250 is what I can afford, I'm going to do 250. I'm not going to say, well, let me see if I can get it for cheaper. Because just like I told Jamil, when we're doing private rides, if we don't take a deposit on a ride, that time slot is still open. If somebody says, Jeff, I need you at 1:00 p.m. Okay, cool. I said, well, you can shoot me a deposit, $50 because it's $100 ride, $50, and you lock your time in at 1 p.m. Oh, I'll just text you when I get there. I'm not going to give you a deposit. I'm like, okay, cool. No problem. No problem. Somebody else calls me right after you hang up. Hey, Jeff, I'm going to need a ride at 1:00 tomorrow, Jeff, man. All right, cool. I got somebody scheduled, but they ain't give me no deposit on that time. If you give me a deposit, $50, that's your time slot. What's your cash app? Motherfucker, they just bought your time slot from you. So now I got to text the other people back. Hey, I know I said it's going to be there at 1:00, but somebody just gave me a $50 deposit for that time slot. And they gave me money on it, so I know they're serious about it. Because if you don't take a deposit, but somebody's word on that time slot, this is what's going to happen. 1:00 is going to come. Hey, man, I'm on my way. Oh, bro. I totally forgot to tell you, man. My cousin said he going to swing through, man. Okay, so I kept that time slot open for you at 1:00. You didn't pay me a deposit. I told some other folks that, I had something to do at 1:00 and they was willing to pay me, but I kept it open for you and your word. And now you telling me you forgot to hit me back and just tell me your cousin's going to do it. So all these other monies that I had lined up, you're not going to compensate me for it? Nah, bro. I mean, you know what? It was just cool, man. You know what I'm saying? If I needed you, I was going to use you. Yeah, but I was putting people to the side for you, dog. You don't get that. I'm a private driver. I was putting people to the side for you at 1:00 tomorrow, and you come back and tell me you forgot to text me to tell me you didn't need me, and you're telling me right now you can't even give me nothing on that for all the money I lost, the opportunity I lost. See, people like that I don't fuck with. That's why I tell people, if you give me a deposit, you have bought your time slot. If you don't give me a deposit, guess what? Don't be surprised when the text messages come through. And this is, oh, man, somebody just bought your time slot, dog. What? Yeah, man, dude slid me. It was $100 ride. Dude slid me 100 right on Cash App. My man Tyler does that shit to me all the time. Real shit. He does that to me all the time. He says, Jeff, I'm going to need you on these 2 dates. I say, okay, cool. Here's a invoice me. I'll invoice him. He'll pay the invoices. It ain't even a date yet. So he already paid me already. So there's no fucking way I'm going to let somebody supersede his time slot. He already paid me already. He does it all the time. Just invoice me. Okay, cool. Because the day somebody says, hey, man, pick me up Friday at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. come on my way there, get to the, hey, I'm texting them. Oh, bro, we already at the airport, man. My cousin showed up and took us. Okay, so the truck is clean. I'm driving towards your house right now. I done already told 2 other people I can't do 9 a.m. because I was going, man, forget that. Yep, money talks, man. Money talks. Yeah, exactly, man. The highest bid wins. And that's how I am. Even when I buy shit offline, I use buy it now a whole lot because I get it out the way. I don't want nobody to fuck with my price. If I want it, I want it. Same thing when I was looking at this car, when I was looking at my Beamer, the guy said, well, it's here. I said, well, I'm buying it from you. And he was like, okay. I said, no, I'm serious. I'm gonna buy this car from you. He was like, okay. Like he thought I was full of shit. And I was like, bruh, you guys are partners with Bank of America, right? Yeah. I said, well, they said I can have that car. I'm gonna come up there and pick it up from you. Dude was like, okay. I'm like, these motherfuckers don't, and I understand how they deal with people. I gave him the certificate number and everything from Bank of America. And I said, you could put this in your system and see that car is mine, dog. He ran everything through it and all that shit. And he was like, oh, well, let me get you over the loans real quick. I said, yeah, I told you I'm coming to pick that car up, dude. I told you that. I said, we already talked about it when I saw it. I said, I'm coming by and picking it up tomorrow. He said, okay. Like, I'm going to give you the money first. So when I told him I'm going to come by the car, I came home and I made the bank give me the money for it. I said, well, give me the number, the approval number for the money. They gave me the number for the money. So I sent him the money number. I said, this is the money number. It's like, I'm not going to tell you some shit that I ain't, dude. If I would not be calling you, telling you I'm coming to pick it up if I don't already have the money for it. I'm not that type of person because I don't like, Martin Luther King, of course. And it's like, I don't like doing that. Same with the truck. I told the dude, I said, well, I just looked at a Chevy Tahoe and I didn't like it, but you guys got a 3.5 Expedition, right? Yeah. I said, well, I'm going to come up there and pick that up then. He was like, okay. And they put me in touch with the fleet manager. The car sales manager didn't want nothing to do with it. They was like fleet manager because fleet sales, it moves really slow. Fleet sales is really slow moving. They ain't got shit else to do. They used to just walking around the dealership, making sure they got stock. They ain't really selling that because people ain't buying fleet shit. So they gave the fleet guy. They said, here, you can just deal with the fleet guy. I know how car dealerships work. I said, okay, so you don't give me to a real salesperson. You just give me to a fleet guy. Fleet guy finna eat today. I said, all right. So I said, I'll come up there and pick it up. If we do it, hey, he was probably like, when everybody saw him bringing that car up there and taking all the stickers off and we doing the deal right, I said, how the hell did you? I'm like, because I had the money before I went up there. I don't need y'all to run my credit. I already did it all. My bank already did everything. I'm just telling y'all, here's my number for the loan. They already gave me the money already. I'm just coming to pick the truck up. That's all. We came up with a number. I'm giving you the number you want it. It's a deal. It's a deal. They're like, okay. I said, bro, I'm a corporate guy. I know better than to show up at a dealership with no fucking money. I know better. It's going to be a waste of everybody's time. It's like, I get my money first to make sure I got the money. Then I tell you, I'm coming to get that if it's available. It's available. All right. Pull it up to the front, get it all ready. And I'm going to come up and test drive. All right, cool. Get that shit out the way. I don't waste nobody's time. Usually when I look at a car, I only look at it once. And I looked at a white BMW convertible one time. And it was a convertible 635i 2-door. I really liked it. I was going to buy it cash. It wasn't going to be a rideshare car. It was going to be my own car. But I ended up getting this orange BMW instead. I said, fuck it. I said, I got to do a rideshare car. That's just how it is, man. What up, Malcolm? My brother. Everybody's out here trying to get this money, man. It's Friday. Hopefully people out here racking this dough up, man. Hey, we got this Juan Vargas Platinum going on today. We trying to get this money. Was that Pigeons Gone Pigeon? Dude told me he has previous Uber driver for private reservation. Driver said he had to be through the app. I told him it was meant to be. Made $780 over 3 days with him. Man, hey, the Don. That's how you capitalize on opportunity. Somebody else's stupidity is always going to be your profit because they going to sit up. And there are people like that. There are pigeons out there like that. Oh, I got to do it through the app. I don't want Uber to deactivate me. You made $780 over 3 days. People ain't making $780 in 2 weeks right now on these slow ass apps. You just basically made about 2 weeks worth of work during a slow period. You got some time and you can go get other riders. You know what? If you want to pay me, cool. Deactivate me for, like I showed you, I'm doing 1 ride a week, 2 rides a week on Uber and Lyft. I ain't even doing that. My private rides are the only thing keeping me floating right now. And I appreciate it because each of my private rides, if I do 3-4 private rides a day, I'm already at $250, $300 already. So I don't need to do no 20, 30 rides just to make $300. I'm not doing $7, $8 rides. Let that shit go. Don't even bother it. Because for $8, yeah, Say Uber was trying to pay me $8. I went for cash 20 instead. Back in the game, Melly Mel. I'm telling you, man, that's how you got to do it. And this is what I found out. Uber is offering drivers $9, but they're charging riders almost 30, a little more than 30 in some cases. And they're giving the driver $9. The dollars are 2 to 1 right now. It used to be 1 to 1. They would charge 9 and they would keep 9. It was 1 to 1. So they'd end up being like charging the driver 18. They charge the rider $18. So you get 9, they get 9. It's a 1 to 1 game. Now it's a 2 to 1 game. They charge somebody $30. You're going to get 10. They're going to get 20. It's a 1 to 2 game now because these apps are hurting for cash. We told them we was coming for our money. They was laughing at us through negotiations, laughing us through all these protests and everything. And now they ask us like, we need to hurry up and fast track this AV shit. Because if these drivers really taking over like we thought like we said it was taking over, oh, we're done. We ain't gonna have the cash that we thought we was gonna have. So I appreciate all you drivers out there fighting the good fight. And we said it was gonna be a war. We said it was gonna be a battle. We were not joking. None of us was joking. A lot of people out there, yeah, these people say that all the time. We open our wallets right now. We look at our bank accounts right now. These is all Venmo transactions. These is all Zelle. These is all Cash App. These is all cash deposits. This ain't got shit to do with my Lyft deposit was like $19. Lyft deposit $9. They was like, damn, this motherfucker did one ride all week, $19. That's it, $19. My Uber, $26. That was the deposit. I don't even download that shit. It's $26. I got to do 10 of those to equal one ride that I do now. I got to do 10 rides at $26 to do one ride I do now. And that's only if the 10 is on an $8.25 surge with the $5 tip, because that's what that $26 ride had. It was a $5, it was a $10 or $13 ride, and it was a $5 tip on it and $8.25. Without that, that would have been $13. I would have had to do 20 of those rides just to equal one of my rides that I do now. You got to get out there, man, and you got to get that money the right way. Look at that Venmo deposit, $1,300. And how much you get on Uber and Lyft in the same week? How much you get? About 120, 130, 140. How much? 200, 300? Because ain't Venmo. And I'm gonna tell you right now, with that Venmo deposit being $1,300, I guarantee that's probably about 20 rides. 20 rides. That's it. If that, 20 rides. If that. Now, if you do 20 rides on Uber or Lyft, guess how much you're gonna get? About $160, $170 out of 20 rides. And be sitting on a full tank of gas, hitting speed bumps and everything else. We out here fighting, man. We out here fighting. What you seeing is warriors. All these warriors in this, we don't play. And there's a lot of riders out there who are watching these live streams. A lot of drivers out there watching these live streams saying, y'all need to prove, the fact that we still here, that we ain't behind on bills, that some of us are ahead on bills. Some of us are finally getting savings in our hand. Seeing a bank account that has like $2,500 just sitting there with all bills paid. That's a good ass feeling. To be sitting on $2,500 and all your bills is paid. That's a good feeling. Now you like, shit, I got a little cushion. I could breathe a little bit. Driving on these apps, you got $130 in the bank after you done paid all your bills, $130. You like, shit, I got to get out there and drive because they're going to take money out of this rental. Shit, I'm about to get my ass handed to you. Yeah, exactly. Look at that, 4 rides today. 340, one more scheduled for 90, 0 rides on the app. Look at that, over $400 in a day during a dead period, man. Ride, my brother ride 160 cash ride to LAX, 38 Uber back home and 2 trips, $100 an hour. There you go, brother. That's it is, $100 an hour. And when I was saying earlier in one of my messages on my channel, I was saying, hey, man, people out here saying, I made 25 an hour. Hey, I made 27 an hour. Hey, I'm killing it. I'm killing the game. 30 an hour. I'm killing the game. I'm like, you driving on the apps, huh? You driving on the apps. This is what happens when you don't drive on the apps. You get $100 an hour, 60 an hour, 55 an hour, easy hours, 120 an hour. I mean, tomorrow we might make about what, 160, 170 an hour. Easy hours. Because when you start playing with these apps, they're going to tell you this is a side job. And with a side job, you should be getting less than your real job. If your real job is paying you 25 an hour, your side job can pay you less than that because it's only a side job. It's extra money. $100 an hour is not extra money. If you work in a W-2, you ain't making no $100 an hour at your W-2. I can guarantee that. They want you to believe this is a side job, not a main job. Driving apps is a side job, probably. That's some shit. Driving strictly apps because it's a side hustle. They want you to believe it, and they're going to pay you like that. When you're doing your own thing, when you're doing logistics, these people are not putting $1 billion into a logistics industry if this shit is a side job. Why do you think they're investing billions into the logistics industry, but saying you got a side job? You are logistics. It's gaslighting you. They gaslighting you to make you think you only worth $15 an hour. They gaslighting you the whole time. Oh, this is a side job. Go get a real job. Go get you $25 an hour real job. Go get you a $30 an hour real job. Motherfucker, we making $150 an hour. What are you talking about? $30 an hour real job. For every hour I work, you working 5 at your W-2. What are you talking about? This is a side job. This ain't a side job. This is logistics. This is what we make of it. And there's too many people out there that are allowing us to be gaslit, allowing us to be put down and demoted, to be told that logistics is not anything. Like, nah, brother, logistics is everything. We out here trying to get it, man. We out here trying to get it. Well, they converted my first ride, but the passenger initiated it. Charged them 60. App paid me 19. Cash at me 40. There you go. There you go. See, man, and that's what I tell folks, man. If you're going to sit there and let these apps pay you $19 when you can say 40, all right, cool. Let's do that then. Let's double it and guarantee they're going to save money and you're going to make more money. That's not side job right there. That's called negotiation. That's independent contracting. There are a lot of contractors out there doing it the right way. Since Courtney has been liberated. Courtney, you with us now. Welcome to the 300, baby. Welcome to the barbecue. You in. You're part of the 300 now. There's no turning back. You can't go back now. No, Rod Serve, I see you wised up. I watch your videos when you did a bunch of trips all day. Oh yeah, man. He used to do that, man. He used to. I used to watch his videos too. He said, "Oh yeah, man. Today I've done 17 rides a day, and I've made $370 17 rides." And I'm like, bro, you driving too much. It's like you could do that shit in like 4 or 5 rides and be done. Like you don't gotta do all that, man. But he wised up. Like I said, he wised up, and I'm glad he did that, man. I'm glad he did that. And now he's putting out content showing how he's really making money and how he's not playing games with people, man. I love how his content has evolved. And there's a lot of YouTube channels out there evolving. Some of them are static. Some of them stuck on stupid. Some of them ain't going nowhere. They on that same shit, keeping you in the same hole on the same dead end grind. And you see some channels evolving, realizing that the market is changing. They're going to AV. They're moving to EVs and not gasoline engines. They're doing exactly what they can do to get rid of drivers. You see drivers standing up on their own. People are standing up on it. We're not asking for permission. Hey, Uber, is it cool if you just start giving me more requests? We ain't asking you for shit. And these apps know we ain't asking for shit no more. They know we standing up now. They know we talking to riders now. What they want to do, take us off the apps. They just want to take us off the apps. Because the moment we turn around and say, okay, man, I can't get on the app, they think we stop. We get text messages all the time because riders are talking to riders. Make sure you're giving out business cards. If you're not giving out business cards, and if you're not talking to riders about what's going on in the industry, we are the news source for a lot of these riders that don't know. We're the news for them. This is Jeff converted me. It's like, brother, you worth too much, man. You worth way too much to be driving for these app pennies. You are worth way too much. Your time is worth too much. Your customer service, the way you talk to customers, the way you cruise, it's all worth too much. Your knowledge of the game, even when you talk about how you drive routes through California, how you're doing stuff, it's worth way too much. And it hurts me to see the apps play somebody who's worth too much, because I'm like, these apps are sitting on their computers laughing their ass off. Like, I just got this dude to do this ride for 19. Holy shit. We charged the lady $55. Oh man, we just got this dude to take $58 for this ride. We charged this lady $198 from the airport, and the driver took $58. It's a video game to these engineers. It's a video game. They're trying to see who can hit the high score on the stupidest pigeon. That's the video. Hey, you want to play pigeons today? Oh, I'm ready to play pigeons. And they sit at their little laptops and they play pigeons all day. Oh, bro, look, I got a flock of these motherfuckers, man, right at the concert. They're taking $20 rides, man. We're charging these people $80 a pop. Look at that. He took $20. And Benny taught me the concert game to a certain degree, because Benny was charging $50. $50 to go a mile. I got 13. I got pigeoned that day. I was like, man, they fucking got me. They pigeoned me. I'm like, ooh, a mile? Shit, $13. Do it. Let's do it. Benny was like, yeah, man, I just did this for $50. I started that shit. I said, you know what? I'm doing it for 40. I did a ride for 40. Said, bam, I'm doing my Benny now. I'm on my Benny shit now. Don't sit there and let these people play pigeons on you, man. They can't play pigeons on you. When you see them happening, man. I saw 300 God in the clouds when I did my first convert. I know. And I'm going to tell you, Courtney, the rider was probably happier than you were. Because when you actually act human and you relate to somebody as a human and you're negotiating and you're doing a contract as a human and the conversation is going back and forth, they see the smile on your face. You see the smile on their face. We just want to make each other smile. That's all we want to do. I don't want to do nothing for you, man. I just want to make you smile. Even Jeff was a pigeon for it. They got me. They threw a piece of popcorn and hit me in the head. I was like, God damn, popcorn. Let me get that. $13 for 1 mile. I'm out of here. Motherfucker Benny said, I just did this for 50. I was like, I ate the popcorn. I ate the fucking popcorn. It's like, man, this is can't lie. Got to get a better car. I want that 24 Accord, 48 miles a gallon. Hey, you can get it. Because just think, if you're doing cash rides, imagine how much they charge you a month for that car. Like for my truck, I pay about $500 a month for that truck. To me, that's 2 days of driving. In 2 days, and that's only doing maybe 3-4 rides. I could do 3-4 rides in 2 days and my truck is covered for the month. That's it. I got 30 days to do 2 days of driving, to do 2 private rides, 3 private rides, and my truck is paid for. That's it. It's done. It's done. So Jeff, I taught 15 drivers now and forced them to make business cards, and now we share private rides. Thank you. Thank you. That's warrior right there. That's warrior technology right there. Warrior tactics right there. When you go out and you make this 300 expand, you say, hey, man, I want you guys to eat. I'm tired of seeing all those struggle. This is what we do. Get business cards made. Talk to riders. The apps are scared right now. They're scared that you want to call us independent contractors. Now you're calling us independent contractors, and we're doing it now. We're really independently contracting. And what are y'all going to do? Try to make us employees? Like I said, ain't no turning back. Courtney, ain't no turning back. Thank you, brother. There ain't no turning back. This is hit that like button unless you work on Uber's corporate employee payroll. We got a bunch of employees in here. But I'm telling you, man, once you get to the point where you want to share success with other people, it feels so much better to be a driver who knowing you're not competing. You eating, we all sitting down at the table together, man. And I'm like, bro, you got something. It feels good when I can text my brothers up. My brothers and sisters text me back. Jeff, you need to do a ride for me, Jeff. I can't make it there tomorrow. I'm texting people, hey, man, can you do me a favor and pick this person up? Here's the phone number. Here's the contact. Like today, I'll send Jamil some contact information too. It feels good when we eating and we sharing food with each other. Pigeons, it's horrible to feel like a pigeon out there picking up popcorn. Ooh, $7. Ooh, $3.50. Ooh, oh man, $11 for 20 miles. I mean, that's pigeon shit. That's why they starve and that's why they hungry. But when you say, man, I've eaten enough today, I've made $240 a day. I can afford to do somebody. You got a $20 ride? I'll do your $20 ride. You go work on that $70 ride. Don't worry about because I want you to eat more. I've eaten enough. I'll take your 20 off your plate to open up your plate to a 70 now. It's cool. We good with that. We good with that. And it's like, man, this is 24-hour stream incoming. I don't know today because my stream is kind of moving funny, man. It was moving on time at first, but it's kind of glitchy. I think somebody's patching into my live, and it's cool. I don't give a fuck. They can patch into my live stream. I'm cool with that. I ain't saying shit that I don't want anybody to hear. I mean, it's going to be public anyways when I finish. All they doing is listen to this shit real time. So whether you FBI, CIA, Facebook, YouTube, whoever the fuck you in patched in, welcome to the barbecue. This is what we do. You was going to see it anyways. You just send it in real time right now. Motherfucker patched into my shit, have my screen all flickering, whatever. I don't give a shit. This is what we doing. This is all right. Happy, get it out. Go out there and get it. Get out there and get it. Says, yeah, well, you get a 300 sticker for your car, and I hope you get a We the 300 t-shirt too. There you go. There you go. We trying to get it out there, man. I know the Don. These motherfuckers mess with my live stream today. I don't care. It's like shit. If I wanted this shit to be secret, I wouldn't put it on the live stream. I mean, damn. It's like you motherfuckers got a patch into my computer. I'm telling you shit. It's like, man. See, how long you think it's going to take Americans to realize the illegal immigrants took all the jobs in real estate? Ooh, Courtney, I got something for y'all. This right here, man. This right here. Let me see if I can pull this video up. Y'all gonna love this video. This is a pretty good video right here. If it'll pull up. YouTube slugging along. Hold up for a second. Let me open this real quick. Where's my history? Oh, watch later. Bam. I like to put shit in my watch later list. Let's see where we at. Oh yeah, bam. Wait a minute. Where? Let's see. Let me back up. Oh, here we go. All right. So I'm gonna show you O'Shea's channel. O'Shea, I watch him all the time too, man. Almost 200 on DoorDash today, trying to smash my old record of 190. Hey, get it, Charles. Get it, get it. What up, Tracy? How you doing out there? How you doing? Well, let me share something right now, because since you talk about like real estate and all this stuff, let me show you what O'Shea's talking about over here. Dude is hilarious. I like his podcast, man. He's cool.
Things that can get you put in jail in somebody else's country. I cannot come into Kenya or Uganda without proper visas or certifications or things like that. If I am found doing so, I will be arrested. This is just the God's honest truth. But what if I told you that if Kamala Harris wins the election, there could be a legal stay for illegal immigrants and they might be able to buy housing? That's right, with discounts on housing that you as an American citizen can't get.
Yeah.
Let's go to the lesser of the two evils today. My home state of California.
Listen to this.
California has a program meant to help low-income first-time homebuyers get a down payment. William Lajeunesse joins me. William, could this program soon be available to illegal migrants?
Listen to this.
Well, Stuart, that is what Democrats are trying to ram through Sacramento right now. It's basically a program that subsidizes qualified illegal immigrants to up to $100,000 each to buy a home. So the program is called the California Dream for All program. It's created to help middle and income home buyers. Now, initially, the program required residents to be here legally, either a U.S. citizen or a legal permanent resident. But last week, Assembly Democrats overrode Republican opposition, changing that eligibility to say this: an applicant who meets the requirements for a loan under the Home Purchase Assistance Program shall not be disqualified by the agency based solely on the applicant's immigration status.
So that's what I'm saying right there, man. Hey, first of all, two heads better than one. He's in the chat right now asking, is anybody in the Carroll Stream, Illinois area? If anybody is in the Carroll Stream, Illinois area and you're doing private rides that tonight or whatever, let him know. Get in contact with him. So if you're out there right now, it's August the 30th, it's 3:45 p.m. just about. Anybody doing private rides around the Carroll Stream, Illinois area? If you are, this is somebody who could potentially become a private driver. I mean, a private client of yours. And like I said, once you link in with somebody, you can link in with other people outside of that. So, hey, man, you guys pay attention to these live streams, man. There's money to be made out there. If you know anybody in Illinois, I know Christy, I know you're out there, but I don't know if you're near Carroll Stream, Illinois. So Christy's in Illinois. I just don't know what part of Illinois. But now what this guy was saying about these houses, it's funny how so many Americans struggle just to pay rent. They've been wanting to buy a house. They're tired of living in the hood, want to get their kids in better neighborhoods, better areas. And the Democrats is like, we don't got money for that. Just keep working. Get 2 jobs, get 3 jobs. Sign up for Section 8. Figure out what you need, this and that. But yet qualified illegal immigrants qualify. What qualifies you? I don't have a job. I don't have nothing. I'm on asylum. Okay, so you basically are in the same boat that a lot of Americans are in, except you're just illegally here. You don't have a job. You don't have anything going for yourself. You don't have a home. You're looking for opportunity. But yet, instead of the Democrats saying, let's take care of our American people first, they're saying, no, we're going to deal with qualified illegal immigrants and take care of them instead. Listen to what this guy says. He's a Democrat. Listen to what he says.
And economic benefits of homeownership should be accessible to everyone, regardless of immigration status.
So he's saying your immigration status in our country doesn't matter. You could legally be here as a born citizen. You could be here as somebody who paid $15,000, $20,000 to become legal here, because a lot of immigrants here that are legal, they paid a lot of money to get here. They family had to work themselves to the bone. They gave up money for college, money for inheritance. They gave up money for everything just to become a legal citizen in America. They gave it all up. And now they're saying, You didn't have to do none of that if you just would have crossed the border. If you'd have crossed the border, would have gave you all this shit for free and would have gave you $100,000. So of course, people gonna be pissed about it. People are pissed about it, saying we cannot believe these Democrats are doing that. And there's a lot of people in the black community right now voting Democrat, even though for generation after generation after generation, all these reparations yelling motherfuckers out there, yo, owe us reparations, owe us reparations. And y'all keep voting for Democrats that saying we don't have money for reparations, but if your ass is an illegal immigrant, we'll help you get a house, we'll give you $100 grand. I would not want that person in power because you told me to my face I'm not worth the money. You told me to my face that us voting for you, us keeping you in power, us making sure you have a job, you got a link to corporate America, you got stocks, you got investments, you got a retirement, you got, whatever for the rest of your life, you got pensions for us black people voting for you, making sure you got all of that. And you looking right back at us in our face going, we ain't got money for you. We saving this for somebody important, like illegals. We saving this for people who are important because they want illegals to come over here, work for pennies on the dollars to boost corporate profits. Everybody's looking at Wall Street right now. Wall Street over 41,000 points. How are you over 41,000 points, but America's doing worse than ever before? Because it's about corporate profits. It's about pricing everything high, cheap product, cheap costs, cheap labor. You keep them profit margins high as hell. And how do you keep them high as hell? You just don't hire Americans. You give Americans fake shit. You give them a bunch of chemicals in the foods now to make the foods look like foods that we used to eat, but really they're not real foods. And it's like, you got, my man Dino was talking about that too on this channel. You're putting all these weird ass chemicals and hormones and all this stuff in foods to make foods look like is what we eat, but it's cheaper versions of what we eat. And we think we're really getting, red tail salmon, or we're getting sea bass, and we're eating tuna fish. But you just put sea bass oil on tuna fish to say, hey, here's some sea bass oil on tuna fish. Don't it taste like sea bass? A little bit, kind of tastes funny. All right, see, this stream is whatever the fuck I'll make it because it's my channel. That's what it is. I don't think you realize where you at. This is the barbecue. I talk about whatever the fuck I feel like talking about. If that's not the kind of channel you're looking for, you can bounce, brother. That's what we do around here. So you can ask me whatever you want to ask me. I don't give a shit. If you ain't into politics, bounce, motherfucker. Be gone. You ain't got to ask. You ain't got to ask. This is the barbecue. If you ain't ever been in this channel, go look at the channel objective on this shit. And you can see what we do around here. That way you don't just bounce around thinking you don't know what's going on. This is a live stream about everything. I got a lot of live streams. We go 3, 4, 5 hours on live streams. We cover a lot of topics, not just politics. We talk about life. If politics is involved in life, you might hear that shit. We might talk about fucking zebras. We might talk about going to the zoo and shit. I don't know. We talk about what we feel like talking about when the topic comes up. That's just how shit is around here. So you ain't got to know. I ain't gonna block Manning, man. And it's like, man, it's like I said, a lot of new people be coming in here. And I think they're looking for something. People are looking for, they don't listen. They're looking for something. I never get on the internet searching for something unless I use Google search. When I walk into a room, I listen. I don't ask questions. I don't talk. I don't do shit. I listen. That way I will know whether or not I'm in the right room. You don't got to ask motherfuckers what room are you in. You'll find out. You will find out. This is man. He says, man, I had some comments about them using the Scrubber app, and I've been observing in Tucson, the airport. I wanted to share with you, the host. Yeah, well, we talk about that on some of the other channels too. I got a whole video out about that. I just dropped a short about that right there. So a lot of times, you come into the room, just pay attention to the vibe, the flow of what's going on. You don't change the flow up. And if the flow is not going how you want to go, say, I'll just come back later. I'm cool with that, man. I'm cool with that. I tell everybody, a lot of people, man, y'all know how I roll on this channel. I'm all about energy. I'm about flow. And some people want to stop the flow of where we're going. And we're like, no, bro, you got to catch it another time. But right now we're talking about this home ownership shit right here. I'm going to let y'all keep watching this video because this shit was important. And I wonder why a lot of Black Americans are not paying attention to what they're doing to people who are illegally in this country, but yet have been screaming and crying about reparations and reparations and reparations. But yet they're giving people handouts right in your fucking faces. And you're saying, we're going to vote for you anyways.
So the program provides first-time buyers with a zero-interest loan up to 20% of a home's purchase price. On a median-priced home in California, that's about $150,000 cash up front for each buyer with their down payment and help with closing costs. So far this year, the program cost taxpayers about $255 million to help about 2,000 buyers. The bill is sponsored by a prominent Latino rights group with close ties to Vice President Harris.
What the rest of the America needs to be worried about is the Kamala Harris-Walz administration taking these crazy California ideas and nationalizing them and taking them to the rest of the country. The country can't afford to buy illegal immigrants' homes.
So eventually,
right
Stuart, the state is repaid with a little appreciation. It is run by a state agency that will then help the immigrant obtain the other 80% of the financing. The bill is expected to pass this week. We don't know what Governor Newsom is going to do, sign it or not. Back to you.
Mike.
So that right there is how they're helping people in this country who got here illegally. For one thing, they got here illegally. And we've got people here who need the help, people here who need the money. California's not looking out for those people, but people keep voting for these people. I don't see why you're doing it. I'm like, generations. I mean, what do they say? Doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result is like the definition of stupidity or something like that. So I'm sitting there going, why are people not realizing Harris came from California? Newsom, he's trying to be in Harris's cabinet. I guarantee he's trying to be in Harris's cabinet because people over there are saying, grab Newsom. I'm guaranteeing this, grab Newsom. There's people in Minnesota who Tim Walz is from, same shit. They're all doing the same thing. They're making sure the American taxpayer covers everything these people want to do in our nation. Meanwhile, the people voting for them, keeping them in power, ain't getting shit. They're just being told, hey, go work a second job. Can I have a 0% interest loan up to 20% of what the cost of this house is? Can I have a 0% interest loan? 0% interest is the same as cash. 0% interest is the same as cash. So can I have that as somebody who voted for you? No. Bro, you're not an illegal immigrant. An illegal can't even vote for you. An illegal can't vote for you. I'm voting for you to put you in power. And you're telling me the fact that I'm voting for you to keep you in power, I'm not worth the investment in you, but you want the investment from me. Like I said, you can't make this shit up. It's all in the media. None of this shit is made up. I don't make up none of this. I just find it. I report on it. A lot of people don't even look into politics. They have no idea what Kamala Harris even is or what she's about. They have no idea because all they look for is what color is her skin? Black, first black. We're in first black, we're in first black. That's all they care about. First woman, first. Well, what about the policies? Policies don't matter. She's first black. Policies don't matter. She's first woman. Policy don't matter. Policy gonna matter when your kids are your age now, and your kids are doing the same shit you doing. Your kids are struggling with 2 and 3 jobs. And guess who they're going to be working for? An illegal immigrant who got here in 2024, who started a company, who's like, yeah, man, my whole family runs this corporation. You can work for us now. Wait a minute. How did y'all come over and start a company so fast? You guys were illegal. Oh, we got a fucking free house, 0% interest loans. We're giving grants money. We didn't have to worry about money. So we focused on everything. And so a lot of people out here don't understand that when you get free money and it frees up your mind and it frees up the tension you feel and everything like that, you can think freely. You can become creative. You're not struggling to get food. You're not struggling to come up with your rent, struggling to come up. So they're reducing the struggle of a whole people. Let's say that they're reducing the struggle of a whole people, watching another people struggle. I'm like, this don't even make sense. You watching your own people struggle. So you can look at the world out there. Send us your poor. Send us your hungry. Send us your tired. Well, what about your own poor, hungry, and tired? Oh, fuck them. Ain't nobody worried about them. They're going to keep voting for us because I'm black. Like, what the fuck, motherfucker? You stupid? I'm black. They got to vote for me. If they don't vote for me, they're not really black. Biden already told you, you're not really black unless you vote Democrat. I mean, you're not really black. I mean, there's no campaigning. There's no marketing. Just wake up in the morning and look in the fucking mirror. Oh, shit, I'm Democrat. Fuck. Thought I was going to wake up Republican. No, motherfucker, you still black. You still black. You Democrat. You ain't got to market to them. You can walk over those motherfuckers. You can say, we're going to give money to everybody else except you. And you still going to vote for us because look in the mirror. Shit, I'm black. Fuck. Gotta vote Democrat, man. That's how it works. That's how it works. And we sit and we look at all this happening around us. And they want to call it helping. Help us as Americans. Americans that have American heritage here. Americans who are trying to build this country up so we got somewhere to live. We can't go to no other country and live like this, not for free, not just sneak in the country and start living like that. No, let us work on us. If this place is so amazing, let us work on us. And I'm like, I cannot understand or fathom how some people can't see through all of the shit going on. And of course, The Democrats, they know we like music. Black people like music. I mean, we clean up the fucking music. We love music. We make music. We got rappers who ain't even rappers trying to rap. These motherfuckers suck and they still rapping because we love music. They're horrible, but they still love it because they music. People listen to that shit because it's just to a good beat. Horrible rap, good beat, but we love music. So what do? They throw concerts. They play music. They got DJs in there. That's the core of a black person, a motherfucking drum. An African drum is the core of every black person out there. Why do you think they say black people can dance? Oh, if you can't dance, you ain't really black. If you can't dance, you ain't black. All black people can dance. Black people, because the core of all of us is music. We work off of frequencies. We work off of music. So how do you trap black people? You play fucking music. It's psychology. You play music in the car. Black people gonna be looking like a motherfucker. Who playing that fucking music? Who over there playing that shit? You play some motherfucking Motown? Oh shit. I used to play dominoes and this shit. Oh yeah, motherfucker. You done forgot everything. It's the core of who we are. And I admit my core. I love music. Motherfucker, I used to produce that shit. I still listen to music all day. I love music. You ain't ever gonna tell me, Jeff, you don't look. What now is racist to love music now? Like, yeah, motherfucker, you eat chicken. Oh, it's racist to eat chicken now? What the fuck? It's like everybody likes that shit. You go to KFC, it's everybody. It's Mexican people making the shit, white people in the drive-thru, black people at the counter. Like, what the fuck? Everybody's eating that shit. It ain't racist. It's what we all do. So it's like, man, see, how is voting based on race not racist, but not voting based on race is racist? Help me understand. That shit right there. That shit. And I'm always about policy. I'm always about policy. And I'm like, anything I can see do, whether you Democrat or Republican, I could care less. I just want to see you win. I want to see an American win. When I sit there and I look at a black family struggling, and I see people, you know, from other countries over here with brand new fucking black SUVs. And I see this black mom, 4 generations, 5 generations deep in poverty, 2 kids. The black dad might be in jail. He might be free. I don't fucking know, but he ain't around. No, nobody see him. She dragging these kids to and from the bus stop. I mean, I've done it. I can't tell you how many times I've done it before. I picked up people in the rain before. I don't really talk about it. Some people out there have seen me do it because they were with me when I did it. My son was with me when I did it before. I pick up people in the rain. When I see my people fucking walking, I don't pull over and go, hey, man, you Democrat, you Republican. What the fuck are you? I picked up a guy walking with his kids in the rain and shit. Motherfucker look like me. That's all I care about at that point. Say, hey, bro, you need a ride, man? Yeah, I had to escalate in St. Louis. Motherfucker jump in. Kids riding. Kids like, oh, this is a nice truck. Because I take care of people when I see them needing care. If I had clients with me, I couldn't do that shit. I was just cruising. You know, I'm done with my work for the day. I'm cruising. See a brother walking with his kids. I've done that shit many times. And yet I'm sitting here looking at how everybody out there is saying, you know, vote for her because she's black, vote for her because she. Since when did we love black people? How can we show that? Like, I help every fucking body. The white people that stopped and helped me when I flipped my motorcycle on Maryland Parkway over by the mall one time. I flipped my motorcycle. About a year later, I'm standing in the motherfucking Walmart. Motherfucking girl keep looking at me. Girl keep looking at me. Girl keep looking at me. Finally, she goes, hey, did you have a motorcycle wreck? I was like, yeah, that was me. I said, you guys were the ones that stopped and helped me. She was like, yeah. I said, oh shit, hold up. I gave him $100 fucking bill right at the Walmart counter, $100 bill. Girl started crying like a motherfucker. She said, we were just spending the last of our money. There was a reason why we was in that line at the same time. This was a year later after I wrecked that motorcycle. This girl kept looking back at me like she knew who I was. She kept looking at me like, and it was me, the dude who wrecked that motorcycle. And I gave money right there on the fucking spot. People stop and help me. I help them out too. It don't matter who you are. I don't ask motherfucker, you Democrat. I know what race you are because I'm not blind. I can see your skin color, but that shit don't even make sense. I don't care if you white or black. This shit don't make sense. But I'm not gonna stop and say, hey, are you Democrat or Republican? I don't know if I should help you or not. I help everybody. It don't make a fucking difference. So when I see Republicans I'm gonna see Democrats hating on me because I'm Republican, just because I'm Republican. I don't give a fuck about them. I really don't. And I mean that shit to the soul of who I am. I don't give a fuck about them. Because if you're the type of person that care about what party I'm in, whether or not you care about me or not, and I don't give a fuck about you at all. Like, period. Zero. I can see your motherfucking car on fire. I'm gonna keep driving by. Because I know you don't give a fuck about me if my car was on fire. Because you already told me already, you're a Republican. Oh, you a fucking coon. You Uncle Tom. Let me find out you don't care about me because I'm Republican. At that point, I'll stop giving a fuck about you. Because my universe is filled with people who care about me, regardless of who I am. And if you tell me, right, well, you know, you this and that, I don't give a shit. It's motherfuckers all every day. Every day people find out like that I'm Republican. And I've been Republican since 2008. It's people in 2024 finding out that I'm Republican. I've been Republican since 2008. There's people in 2024 finding out that I'm Republican. And yet they said, oh, Jeff, man, I thought we was people. Motherfucker, if we was people, you would have known in 2008 I was a Republican, and it's 2020. It's 16 years later. We ain't fucking people. Get out of my face. We ain't people just because we black. If we was people, you know me. You would know me if we was people. Since 2008, I've been talking like this. Since 2008, this shit ain't brand new. Since 2008, I've been caring about people. Since 2008, I've been carrying my community, doing what I can do. Even though I'm Republican, I still show love for the black community and carry my community that raised me, that brought me up. Some motherfuckers stay Democrat. They ain't graduate yet. It's cool. I don't hold that shit against them. I told y'all, I was even married to Democrats before. And I was Republican during the time I was married. I don't hold that shit against nobody. But for a motherfucker to tell me in 2024, I ain't know I was Republican, get the fuck away from me. We ain't people. You're going to act like we people, but tell me that you didn't know I was Republican. Man, keep that shit 100. I keep it 100. I keep it 100. Do not come in my face. Oh, I didn't even know he was Republican. Man, I thought we was people. Fuck on somewhere. I'm too real for that shit. I'm way too real for rhetoric. I'm way too real for that. I care about people, man. I care about people. That's it. Bottom line. Y'all ain't never seen me stop and ask nobody. Anybody in this list ain't never stopped. No, I've never talked to any of y'all and ever asked y'all, what do y'all go for, a Democrat? I've never, because that shit ain't important to me. Do you know how many black people I meet that as you Republican, you're Democrat? Does it matter? Well, yeah, it does. Why? Tell me why it matters. Well, if you're Democrat, that means, you support black people. If you're Republican, that means you support corporate America. I'm like, what? Where'd you hear this shit at? Like, I need to see the pamphlet where you heard that shit at, because I ain't get that pamphlet. We got two different ways of thinking about shit. I think small government. I don't like federal government. I like smaller government, local government, community government. I like shit like that. That's what I'm on. I'm on that. But don't think that just because my skin is black that I belong to a certain party. I mean, property ownership of black people was abolished in America. I know the Southern Democrats fought a civil war because they didn't want that shit abolished, but that's cool. That's cool. You know what? That's history. I know history. They wanted us, they want us to stay property. They don't want us to be human. They rather us to be property, not human. I get it. And a lot of motherfuckers like, oh, that was the old party. That was the old motherfucker. History is history. Don't give me no old party shit. History is history. I'm just saying history. That was the old party, ain't the new party. Will it show the fuck treat you like property when they don't take care of our communities? When they tell us the moment we sit up and we say, hey, man, we need something to happen in our neighborhood for our schools and our kids and our parks and our, we ain't got no money, man. The program is dried up, dog. The program dried up. But yet in the news, August the 30th of 2024, we keep saying all this money fucking flying around us. Money that we're making, that we're paying in taxes flying around us. But we ain't got no money. We see money going overseas to wars and shit like that. But we ain't got no money. For black people, we never got no money. And it's like, I saw this shit a long time ago. And like I said, it's not that I ran away from the hood, but I knew better than to go to that motherfucker. Because everybody out there says, when you get money, when you get success, when you do something, move out of the hood. I was one of the only people who had a corporate career, very successful corporate career, real quick, real early in life, had good money, did good things, made the right moves. I had enough since 2012. I've been just kind of doing my own fucking thing since 2012. No clocking in and clocking out shit. I did okay. I clocked in and clocked out my whole life. I did okay with that. So I say, you know what? I'm going to move back to the hood. Ask anybody, did I move back to the hood? Was I back in Meacham Park buying fucking basketballs to leave at me and my son was buying basketballs to throw at the park. We was throwing basketballs for free. We go to Walmart, buy basketballs, leave them at the park. Motherfuckers were stealing the basketballs. The same day we leave it at the park so other people can, because they were playing basketball with soccer balls. They in the hood playing basketball with soccer balls. Me and my son riding around in a motherfucking Escalade. I'm retired. I'm like, you know what? Let's go buy these kids some basketballs. We go buy basketballs. We come back later, those motherfuckers gone. I'm like, and I wrote in big ass marker on that shit. Meacham Park basketball. Big ass fucking black letters. Meacham Park basketball. Because I wanted those balls to stay at the park for anybody who wanted. The money didn't make a difference to me. I spent the money. I spent the time. I spent the effort and the energy. And I gave them balls to the fucking park for anybody who came to the park to play. If you are a parent like me, if my son came home with a fucking basketball and said Meacham Park basketball, I'm like, where the fuck you get that ball? Oh, it was at the park. Take it back. That's how you teach that shit in your kids, man. Take it back. You don't bring that shit in my house. It says Meacham Park basketball. Take it back. Them balls never made it back to the park. They never did. Me and my son put them balls there. They never made it back to the park. They lasted maybe half a day. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. It was like, man. Oh yeah, I caught a lot of smoke, but I don't give a shit. I kept that shit moving. I kept it moving. Anybody who gave me shit, they know right now from 2008 to current where I am right now, they know I'm better off right now than I ever was. And it had nothing to do with me, you know, trying to stick with the hood and hang with. No, I've been doing my own fucking thing. I'm a single person, an individual, an eclectic array of different policies of every fucking party, from Democrat to Republican to Independent. I'm an array of everything, trapped in one fucking body. I'm not trapped in one race. I'm just trapped in one body. I talk to Mexican people. My man Juan Vargas, he's Mexican. I don't know. Maybe he is Mexican. I never asked Juan what he was. I remember when I first met Jamil, I thought Jamil was Mexican because I never asked people what they are. I just thought he was Mexican because his name was Jamil. I said, "Is your name Jamil?" Yeah, he's fucking Mexican. Shit don't matter to me. I could care less. We was cool. We was laughing, having a good fucking time. I don't care. But it's like, that's not my thing. And I'm tired of people worrying about if I'm black, if I feel black, if I'm real black, am I really black? That shit don't make a difference. I'm an eclectic version of everything this universe has ever put in front of me. Everything they stuck in front of me. I'm a sponge of all that. I'm corporate. I'm hood. I'm up. I'm down. I'm left. I'm right. Everything right in front of me. I absorbed it all and I said, okay, this is how I'm gonna make decisions of it. I never once said, well, I'm black, so I need to. Never once said that shit in my life. I'm black, so I need to. When I was buying this house, I never said, oh, man, it's not a lot of black people in this neighborhood. There's a lot of Mexicans around here. I thought the property was worth it. That's it. I think the property's worth it. Driving around, you see a whole bunch of people working on their property all day, painting the walls, getting the front yards right. You know, the cars all look nice and shit. They're coming up. I mean, we got some raggedy shit around here too, but hey, they just going through a hard time. But for the most part, I wasn't gonna move to a fucking hood. I wasn't doing, because if I come into a hood and I start working on my property and building my property and doing my thing, how do I not know somebody's gonna destroy that out of jealousy? Most hoods you go to, half of us boarded up. The other half is kind of like decent. It's never affluent. They always say, when you get money, get out of the hood. Get out of the hood when you get money. They always say that shit. Why did Young Dolph go back to the hood? He should have never went back to the hood. Why did this guy go? Why did, that other rapper that was shot in the driveway, Papa, whatever his name was, Papa Smoke. Why was Papa Smoke back in the hood? This and that. Once you get money, why was, the other dude's name? I listen to him all the time too. PNB Rock. Why was PNB Rock in the hood at the Roscoe's in the hood? When you get money like that, go. Everybody says it. Everybody says it. But yet the moment you actually do it, I'm not rich and famous. I just did it. I just felt that I had enough going for myself that I didn't have to be in the hood. But I did it, and now I'm not black now because I'm not in the hood. Do I need to have $1 million just to leave the hood, or can I just leave when I got enough? Can I just have enough? I just want enough just to get out of the hood. It ain't got to be a whole lot, just enough. But they always try to fuck with you, though, man. They always try to fuck with you. It's like, Jamil is Chinese. Okay, Jim. Yeah. It's like, so, man, I thought you was Chinese, man. The whole time I was Chinese. I'm actually a Chinese, man. I'm Blindies. I'm a black Chinese motherfucker. I'm Tiger Woods, y'all. Shit, that's what my eyes always look like this. I'm Chinese, motherfucker. No, but for real. It's like, and I'm one of those real people. I don't really spit rhetoric a lot. I just say common sense shit. And a lot of people don't like common sense because, and like I was saying to one of my homeboys the other day, in the black race, we have people with some of the most bipolar rhetoric that I've ever seen. They say one thing. It's kind of like Kamala Harris with her flip-flop. Like, they're now in the media, everybody's talking about the Kamala Harris flip-flops all the time. She says this, but then she says this, and everybody go, yeah. So you passionately supported this, and then you passionately supported this. So it doesn't matter each way it goes. You don't give a shit which way it goes as long as the person that says it is black. That's what I'm saying. It's a bipolar mentality. So everybody was bitching. Now I'm gonna say this too, because we had a conversation about, he says, man, I ain't got no words, which is cool. He was bitching that some people wanted to do away with critical race theory. He says, and I said, well, this is the thing about critical race theory that I don't like. Critical race theory makes everything seem absolute. It makes it appear that all black people on planet Earth were a slave or a descendant of a slave. There's no way 100% of us are slaves. No way possible. 100% of the black people on this planet were not enslaved. So we need to get that shit out the way. 100% of the white people on this planet did not own slaves. 100% of the Chinese people didn't own slaves or were enslaved. 100% of, Germans weren't enslaved. 100% of Mexicans weren't slaves or enslaved. You cannot make anything absolute, and critical race theory makes it seem so fucking absolute that if you're black, then you are a slave or from a slave, which is a misnomer. It's not true. It can't be true. It's not 100% true across the boards. So once you can tell people that the only way that this is going to work is if you understand this is something that happened in this nation from people who may or may not be affiliated with you, may or may not be related to you. This happened a long time ago. So just because your skin is black, there's no guarantee that you came from these people. But we're going to talk about this topic anyways. Just because you're white doesn't mean your family was rich enough to own slaves. You probably don't even come from no line of slave owner. Your family's probably poor and broke his whole life. You're probably the richest person that's ever been in your family because you're white and everything. Your family's probably poorer than the poorest black person. Nobody knows. But critical race theory always starts with the absolute, that if you're in America and you're white, you own slaves or come from somebody that did. If you're black, you were a slave or you come from somebody who was enslaved. I don't like that shit. So they were upset that critical race theory was being taken out of schools because of the absolution of it, but they were happy that we getting rid of slave statues. It's like, wait a minute. So you want slavery in school, but you want slavery out of public. So why would you send kids to a public school to teach them about slavery, but say they can't learn slavery outside of the classroom? They only can learn it inside of a controlled environment called school. It's bipolar. If you're going to talk about slavery inside of a classroom, we should be able to talk about it right now on the internet. I'm at my house. I should be able to talk about it at a park if I feel like talking about the shit at a park. If it's a statue, I can explain where that statue came from. That statue, Ulysses S. Jones, Confederate motherfucker, and he was this and that. He fought to keep the slaves and just tell the whole truth about it. It ain't got shit to do with me. It's just me just telling the truth about it. But that truth was hurting people so fucking bad. I don't want to see that statue. Take that shit down. But yet you want your kid to go to school and have this shit put in his head. When my kid go to school, teach them about racism and teach them racism. Okay, so what's the deal with this statue? That statue hurt my feelings. Take that shit down. Okay. But teaching your kid, what do you think your kid's going to feel? You're going to have all this hate and all this anger and all this animosity inside of your kid going in his head in school all day. But yet you can't even deal with walking through a fucking park and seeing a statue of somebody from 1401. It's like, walk past the statue. It's got bird shit all on it. It's got fucking squirrel nuts all around the bottom of it. It's a statue. It just talks about what happened here. That's all. Keep walking. But you can't even walk past that shit. This shit is irritating me. Tear it down. But yet you want to send your kid to school to stuff their head with that shit all day. It's bipolar shit, man. If you can't even deal with seeing a statue of it, you can't even tolerate it, how you going to have somebody pump that shit in your kid's head all day? Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. And that's why I'm saying the reason why they even took these statues out of the public eye was when they brought in the new era of Americans, which is what they're doing right now. The new era of Americans don't talk about it because they don't even see it. If you go to Hawaii and you seen King Kamehameha's statue, you're going to ask, who is King Kamehameha? You see the fucking statue right there. Who's King Kamehameha? You talk about King Kamehameha. There's the statue right there. But you come to Tennessee and all you see is a statue of a horse. You see a statue of a zebra and a bear. Yeah, we got the Appalachian Mountains in Tennessee. That's what you're going to talk about. You're going to talk about the bear, the goats, the mountains, the sheep, shit like that. But if you see a statue of Ulysses Grant, who's that? Oh, that guy. Oh, it's about slavery in America. This is what it was about. So you don't want people to talk about that shit outside of the school, but you want to pump these kids' heads with that shit inside of school. Makes no fucking sense. Make no sense, man. Just on that point, to be fair, they didn't ask blacks were descendant of the slaves during Jim Crow. Nope, if you had melanin, those laws applied to you. Oh, yeah. That was it across the board, If it was Jim Crow, and that's just the truth. That's just 100% of the truth. That's the 100%. They didn't ask you if you were a slave or if you were from one. If you had melanin in your skin, that is the truth. But right now in 2024, when I walk in Walmart, do people ask me, hey, were you a descendant of a slave? I mean, I talk to everybody in Walmart. Any people will say, hey, Jeff, man, you go to Walmart and your ass, by the time you leave, you got 2 fucking new best friends. The manager's talking to you. Everybody's chatting with you and this and that. I don't give a fuck about my skin color. They see me when I walk in Walmart. They're like, people like, man, I always see you in here. I was like, dude, I'm a driver. I buy a lot of shit, man. Shit for my car. I'm always buying new batteries every year up in here. I got tons of dogs, man. I buy dog food all the time and shit. So we always laughing and hanging out. We laugh. Nobody worried about my race. Ain't nobody worried about. They don't even ask me if I'm Republican. They don't ask me shit. We just laugh. That's it. I'm out. What up? Time to wake up. 3 rounds last night for 280. 300. Thank you, Brother Jeff, for all you do for this community. Nothing but love for you, my brother. Hope all is well. Oh, yeah, brother. Hope you're doing well in Denver, out there in Colorado doing it. Which brings me to another topic. The gangs in Colorado. Y'all see this shit? Let me show y'all something. This is some shit that was happening in Colorado. And a lot of people want to be mad because Trump actually called it. He actually said there's going to be some shit going on in Colorado. And wait a minute, who's that? Robert ESQ? Yeah, I could pull up that one right there. That one will be a good one. Oh, let me get rid of this right here. I could talk. That one will be a good one. Oh, let me go to history because I got a better one in history, much better one. But yeah, because they're talking about the gangs right now that are in Colorado doing whatever they want to do. Pretty much just, wait a minute, where is it at? Where is it at? I know I had it in here. Oh, I know because I just watched it not too long ago. That, oh, here it is right here. Yeah, this is crazy. This is craziness right here. Let me show y'all this, man. Yeah. And everybody called him racist. Everybody said he was racist because he said that this was really going to happen. Venezuela migrant gang takes over apartment complex in Aurora. He said this was going to happen, and everybody said, well, you're racist when you said they're going to send gangs. He said, yeah, they're going to end up sending their gangs over here. All their crime is going to go down in their country, and crime's going to increase in our country. You racist for saying that shit. That's not going to happen. Let me play this video. This is what happens. These is gangs right now.
Y'all are on bullshit out here. That is on bullshit.
Look at these gangs. Rifles and shit in apartment complexes. Man. This shit is, man. Oh, I heard about that. Killing blacks in Chicago. Yeah, I heard about that. When Trump said this was going to happen, everybody called him racist. Look at this trash all over the place. Trash services won't even go over there.
Nigga, the Venezuelans is taking over. They just jacked them. Oh, bro, damn, they done made a mess and shit.
Sad, man. Sad. That's so sad, man. Aurora, Colorado is a beautiful place, man. Aurora is beautiful. This shit's sad, man. Facts, Neil. Facts. Shit, this is like Arizona's like a country on its own. Arizona and Texas like countries on their own, man. Yeah, that shit's crazy right there, man. There was something else that I want to find too, because I was looking at it on wait a minute. It was something else, and let me go down to the bottom. But it was talking about it. Hold up for a second. Where is it at? It's in there. These are all like Zuckerberg things right here. All this right here, man. This right here. I'm gonna show y'all this. This dude, he keeping it 100. He keeping it 100.
Yo, what's good? It's Skano. Y'all
This
know how
dude keeping it 100 right here.
You know how they would. I've already explained how the cartels.
This dude is
linked
100.
in
He's 100
with the different family members and associates that migrate to America. They maintain them lines of communication. This shit didn't
This is
happen
his name right
overnight.
here.
This happened over
216
decades.
Scano. That's his name. 216 Scano.
So they get their people over here legally for the most part. And the ones that come behind them, most of them illegal. Most of them be members. Like I said, they establish. And
This dude is
a big reason why this shit was able to come to fruition as far as these migrant gang, being able to have some type of clout in our inner cities. We allowed this shit to happen. Like I had said previously, man, it's known that whether it be Mexico, whether it's Venezuela, Colombia, Puerto Rico, Philippines, you know, them plugs, man. Niggas always looking for the better price, right? If you know, you know. So it used to be, I ain't gonna get too, you know, keep shit simple, but it used to be we go down south to get them packs, and them packs, you know, either be coming from Miami, but where you think they come from first? But we all understand that. But so they get over here, like I said,
and he keeping it 100, man.
Over the course of these last couple decades, the members, you know, they kind of, you know, get a rapport with the black members around the communities, you know, link up, you know, but they always had a bigger plan, man. See, we always allow, and this shit is not about racism. This shit is about survivalism.
Facts.
We always allow these outsiders to come take part, whether it be, you know, hip hop,
music,
whatever the case may be.
Black people in
they
music.
move into our communities where we already be pressed for resources, shit already be hungry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we embrace them. For the most part, we embrace these foreign, like Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, you name it. Black folks, typically, we embrace these other
live in a
races
Mexican neighborhood,
because
man.
we understand what it is to be
facts.
on the
I
outside
support
looking
my
in.
Mexican neighborhoods
But
over here,
see,
man.
that shit don't work both ways, man. And I'm just speaking in general. I know it's not the same in every city, but y'all see what's going on in California? You know what I'm saying? You niggas be puffing out y'all chests like y'all the gang mecca. The motherfucking Mexicans is on your neck down there, man. So now Chicago and even Cleveland, we've had our issues, but for the most part, in Cleveland, you know, as far as the Latin gangs, now MS-13, I don't fuck with them. But like I said, man, it varies from gang to gang. But at the end of the day, they have no allegiance to blacks, man. Yeah, they do business with us. Try to date one of their daughters. You know what I'm saying? That's where you find out how people really feel about you. They find out you're dealing with you know what I'm saying? So, you know, they will sit down at the table when money is.
And I'm gonna stop them there, which is why I tell y'all, you know, both of my sons, like one of my sons, his mom's Italian. My other son's mom, she's like Mormon white. But this is what's funny about the Mormons. When I first dated her, I think I was the first black guy she dated. And I met her parents. I drove up to Salt Lake City, met her parents, hung out with her, everything else like that. And that's when I was having my fun in Vegas. You know, I was fresh out of a career. I was back in what, 2000. It was 2000 even, or 2001, something weird like that. But her whole family completely like embraced me. Like they had never met, just like they probably heard about black people and they probably seen them like, you know, in Salt Lake and shit like that. But to actually be at dinner, we laughing, we're joking, we're talking sports, we having fun, we traveling together, we're doing fun shit. Not once did they ever treat me like I was anything differently than their own sons, their own daughters. They never treat me, and people might find that shit hard to believe. We've had arguments before. Me and her mom didn't talk for a while because we had a issue about Jersey, but they always treated my son like royalty. That kid was like, I mean, from the moment he was born, they did not want to let that kid go. They loved that kid, man. They loved that kid. And so when people live, like I said, I've seen so much in my life. I'm a sponge. I've seen so much in my life. Can't nobody tell me shit about racism. I've experienced it. I've not experienced it. 100% of everything out there is not racist, and I'm sick of fucking people making it about racism. 100% of everything that happens is not racist. The moment you say you don't vote for Kamala, oh, because you fucking racist, it ain't got shit to do with that. She's an idiot. There's nothing to do with that. So I can't stand that people's only argument for anything is based in racism. There's a lot more. It's deeper than that. Shallow minds will think it's racist. A shallow brain cannot go as deep as the psyche of a true human has been developing on this planet for millions and millions and millions of years. We are past that shallow point of your skin makes you this, your skin makes you that. This shit is not all racism. There's black people I don't like, and that don't mean I'm racist against black people. I might not like those motherfuckers for whatever reason. There's white people I may not like, Mexicans I may not like, Chinese people I may not like. It don't make a difference. I never look at nobody's skin. You got to literally do something to make me not like you. But shallow people, The moment you are a certain skin color and you say you don't like me because I'm black. You don't like me because I'm black. That's all. It's because I'm black. So I can't fuck with nobody, man. Y'all see, I don't fuck with a lot of people for a reason. I cannot deal with shallow people. I'm gonna keep letting y'all listen to Scandal because this dude, he's right on it, man. He's right on it. This dude, he's on it.
Greed. That's how this shit happened. Greed. Like I said, looking for the better plug, looking for the better. No allegiance in these streets, man. But I don't know what I expect because niggas, we ain't got no allegiance to each other. You know what I'm saying? So why the fuck these other gangs, these other races,
that part,
you know, why would they have, you know, any qualms about bucking up? But see, like I said, they waited until they fully infiltrated. And now that they, you know, they got
Kamala
the links,
Harris.
like I
Kamala
said, they
Harris.
got family here.
Yep.
So once they in here, they in here. So
Yep. Kamala
and they
Harris.
maintain that line of communication with the gang leaders or cartels on the other side. They get them packs over here.
Sending money back and forth. Sending money back.
So once they took over their little sections, you know, they get over here, congregate in their sections. Niggas ain't, I mean, where I'm from, you at your own risk if you fucking around in certain sections.
Yeah.
As far as Latinos, Mexicans, woo. But so they got the plug. Now what? Well, they need to expand because the clientele, I mean, they got whole cities out there. So
oh yeah.
That's where the war is about to, that's where the beefing about to start, man. It was all good. Now they need to expand their clientele. Man. Like I said, they taking over these communities, taking over projects. You know, now that's the extreme. But like I said, in Denver, that shit already has happened.
Yep.
And it's wars going on in different cities across America. And like I said, Cleveland included.
Yep.
Although for the most part, like I said, ain't shit really popping with that in Cleveland.
No.
But
and I'm gonna tell y'all like this, for anybody who knows Phoenix and you know how Scottsdale is and you know how Gilbert and all these is, if you realize there's been more police involved disputes and interactions and shootings going on in Scottsdale than it's ever. I've been here for 6 years. I got here in 2018 February. Scottsdale was one of the safest places you could party. A lot of drugs up there, a lot of drugs, a lot of drinking, a lot of partying, a lot of clubbing. It's a lot going on in Scottsdale, but that's also drug dealing territory because you got a lot of people up there who want the drugs. They want the party drugs. They want to drink. They want the coke. They want to do all this shit. So you got people who are selling it up there, infringing on other people's territory now. It's been a lot of shootings going on in Scottsdale, party nights and shit. A lot of cops going on in Scottsdale on party nights. And like I said, we're drivers. I drive Scottsdale. There's been a period of time when I just stopped going up there. I just stopped going. I was up there a couple of weekends ago. I don't know if it was last weekend or the weekend before that. It was a gazillion cop SUVs, fire trucks, ambulances, everything right in the horseshoe. Don't know what the fuck was going on, but they had everything blocked off. I turned my app off and I took my ass home. Don't know what's going on up there, but it's always some shit going down up there now because, like you said, people are trying to expand their operations. Wherever you see clubbing, wherever you see partying, wherever you see people having fun, that's where you're going to find drugs at. It's like clockwork. If you go to a party area, you're going to find alcohol. You find alcohol, you're going to find coke. You find coke, you're going to find some Molly. You find Molly, it's all this shit goes hand in hand. So you think you're a safe, secure neighborhood, a nice upscale, uppity party area and shit. Scottsdale is ramping up for a reason up there. They got a lot more cops up there. They're ramping up because they're not stupid. They're pretty sharp. And I tell people all the time, when I used to work, I feel safer in Scottsdale with all these cops around because I follow cops. I feel safer around Scottsdale than I feel in the hood because cops don't fuck with us. They know who we are. They got our license plates. They see us up there all the time. They see us at gas stations. They talk to us at Quick Trip. They are looking for somebody. And when they doing drug busts on the side of the road, you know it because they got probably 15 SUVs around 2 cars. They got people out on the ground. Trust me, it gets crazy up there. They know what's going on. And they're not bothering us. They know exactly what's going on. Oh, yeah. That's where most of the drugs be at in the nicer neighborhood because that's who's got the money. When you got people walking around, like I said, I like the rides up there because we get paid a lot for the rides up there because they like, hey, man, you tell somebody 200, here's 200. $40 for a mile and a half. Here's $40. They got good money up there. They just want to do it. But the funny thing is, that's also where the drugs are. That's also where the coke is. That's where all the Molly and all that. It's a lot going on up there, man. It's a lot going on up there. So when they want to come and they don't go to the black neighborhoods to sell coke and stuff like that, because nobody's in the black neighborhoods really doing coke. They still, doing weed and stuff like that. They on that basic shit. When you really want to sell your product, that's where your Venezuelan gangs are. That's where your cartels are going, to the nicer areas. And you can tell who they are because they dressed all nice and shit, and they this and that. They look like they go to the club and they go and party and this and that. Oh, they got product. These motherfuckers got product, and the cops know it. The cops ain't stupid. They know what's going on.
So you got No Limit Cairo just got knocked, with a switch.
That was in Chicago.
And, obviously, the word on
That
the
was
street
Chicago.
is he out looking for them Venezuelan members. You know what I'm saying? That stepped on homie. And like I said, this shit about to be up, man. It's up now. And it's going to be stuck up. If it ever was a time for you niggas to stop killing each other, for gangs to just unite, and it's been so much talk over the years. I mean, even within our own set, because like I said, man, all Crips don't get along. It's different sets, like Wolf Street, Grape Street, Hoover, and we sometimes it's beef with other members of the same gang, man, on different sets.
Yeah.
And the shit get complicated, man. And like I said, being that we don't have the structure and that's crazy that these motherfuckers come from over there and they more structured than us in our shit.
They got
what I'm saying?
jammers and
but
everything.
They understand that's the only way they're gonna survive. That's the only way.
They doing the shit over there and bringing it over here. Shit. They already doing it.
Like I said, man,
Trump was right. They doing crime.
Chicago about to be turned the fuck up. You niggas better stop worrying about, you know what I'm saying, 63rd and 61st, BD, GD, fuck all that. Philly, you niggas too. You know what I'm saying? Coming to a city near you, man. I'm telling you. A lot of niggas is just sleep on this shit. A lot of you niggas is doing business with these motherfuckers. And I understand, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, we already know what them plugs. I don't care if you're getting it from New York, if you're getting it from down south. The plugs is, you know what I'm saying? Them immigrants at the end of the day. So they kind of got a stranglehold on the dope game. So niggas kind of like, it's like a reluctant partnership. But now that what they want to do is just eradicate niggas from the dope game. You could be a middleman, a courier, but as far as, you know what I'm saying, they want to take control of all that shit. So the inner cities, everything.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on right now. So like I said before, man, we do not have the luxury of this. This is not 1970, We never had the luxury in this country. For real. We never, for one brief moment, maybe in the 60s, early 70s, it looked like black folks could take a deep breath and kind of like realize what real life can act. And then that shit was over. So not only, you got to worry about the system being on your neck. We got our own people on our neck. And now we got these immigrants coming over. But these inner cities and these streets about to get bloody, like I said before. Ain't no way around it. It is what it is. It's about to be a full-blown battle for the drug gang in damn near every city in America. So mark my words. 216 Skano from the gutter.
Yeah, so that's Skano right there. You know what I'm saying? I watch him. He's a cool ass guy, man. He keep it 100. He's kind of like me, but he's way more laid back, way more chill about it, way more in the streets about it. And just getting that aspect of what's really going on in this country, and to sit up there and say Trump said that this was going to happen. So it's a lot of black people, a lot of black Democrats out there who I guarantee if I played the Trump shit back from 2020, if I play the Trump shit from 2016, if I play all that, and Trump is saying they're going to send over their drug dealers, they're going to send over their rapists, they're going to send over some murderers, he was 100% right, and everybody kept saying, oh, that's racist. Don't say that. They're not all that. He didn't say all of them. He said they were going to send these people over here because if they're sending asylum seekers and they want to get rid of the criminals so they cops can survive, they want to get rid of the criminals so they can have their neighborhoods back. Guess what? They going to, hey man, get in this caravan, head up to America, set up shop up there. Trump said what was going to happen. And Kamala Harris and Biden, what did they say? Oh, no, he's racist. He's calling them all, you know, he didn't say all. He never said the word all. He said they're going to send rapists. They're going to send drug dealers. He didn't say every single one of these motherfuckers is. No, he said they're going to send. And now that we have all these problems with migrants taking over apartment complexes with machine guns and weapons and just walking up in people's houses with guns, kicking Americans out. If you don't get out of here, we're going to kill you. Americans is leaving for oh shit, I got to leave for my life. Gang members in Chicago, gang members being killed by Venezuelan gangs. So they say, hey, we coming in, we gonna knock off your big cheese. We knocking off your big cheese, let you know we coming in. This is our territory now. They doing that right now. Trump said this was gonna happen. So all these black people voting for these Democrats who were saying open the border, leave the border open. Kamala Harris said leave the border open. Biden said leave the border open. Now they're campaigning, we're gonna close the border and have the most secure border. Oh, why? Because you don't let all these people in now. So what you do, you let all the rats in the maze and then you lock the maze and say, okay, how you gonna get out? Y'all gotta fight to get out now, survival of the fittest now. Just like he said, this is about survival. This ain't about racism. It's about survival now. It's about survival. So you want to get all these Democrats out there who don't realize Chicago is right now in city council meetings, throwing a fit right now. You got people in New York throwing a fit right now. You got people in Minneapolis throwing a fit right now. People in California throwing a fit right now. And all these people, we're going to vote for Kamala because she's black. I'm like, do you see what these people just did to America? What they did to American lives, American lifestyles? They just increased our crime rate by 2x. And y'all think our gangs are bad. See, our gangs are well known. They're documented. When you go pick up fucking Pookie's got 12 fucking charges on him for transporting weed and all kind of crazy shit, stealing the car. We know who Pookie is. So we cruise the neighborhood. Hey, Pookie, you stealing some shit today? No, man, I got a job at Piggly Wiggly, motherfucker. I'm good. I ain't cool. We know fucking Pookie now. But now you got all these undocumented motherfuckers in here. You don't know who none of these people are. You just basically let all these guerrilla warfare level motherfuckers in you. You might think it's just some little kids, you know. These little kids are just riding these 10 speeds around. These motherfuckers got 9mm Glock, Desert Eagles, and all kind of shit they pulling out. Who the fuck are these little Venezuelan kids with all these big ass guns? They walk around these apartments. You don't know who these people are. And Trump even said it. And now people want to pretend, oh, this is all Trump's fault. If he wouldn't have said it, it wouldn't have happened. If he wouldn't have said they was going to send us this, it wouldn't have happened. This is no. He said, if you do all of this, you're going to start wars all over the world. We've got 2 wars going on. You're going to have killers and murderers and everything here. We got all that shit going. You're going to have a great recession. We got recession going on. Everything this man said, because Trump was surrounded by intelligent people. He was surrounded by people who actually knew what the fuck they were saying. Kamala Harris is surrounded by people who know what they're doing. They know say X, do X, and Z is going to happen. That way, these people really gonna think we're gonna do all this shit for them that's good for them. We ain't doing shit for these people. We ain't doing shit for these people. Giving $100,000 to immigrants, $100,000 just to get you a house. You want a new house, first time home buyer? We got you. And what do you think these illegal immigrants gonna do? If they're kicking Americans out of apartment complexes and setting up shop, if they're kicking out Americans that they've been here for generations, they kicking out Americans, closing down whole apartment complexes. What you think they're going to do to Venezuelans who for the first time bought this house? You got a whole neighborhood full of Venezuelans. Once the Venezuelan gangs find out, they're going to do the same shit they did in Venezuela. Take over that Venezuelan neighborhood. Now you got all these nice homes, all these mansions, all these cool ass houses, all this shit full of nothing but just gang members. You think you're going to send cops in there? You're really going to send some American cops in there. All these people don't even speak English. You're going to send some American cops in there to try to set up shop and say, hey, y'all can't, man, y'all think cops has got it bad right now. Them cops might not make it out them neighborhoods. They're going to drive in there and be like, yeah, man, 4 cops went into the neighborhood, and that's the last time we heard of them. What happened? Nobody knows nothing. Nobody knows nothing. This is what going, Trump even said it, man. And all these people out here, they're voting for what they don't even know, man. They don't even know what they're voting for. They're voting for skin color. They're not voting for reality of what we see going. It's a bunch of fucking rhetoric. It's a circus show. It's a magic show. You want to see Meg Thee Stallion twerk every inauguration? Vote for me. You're going to see some booty in your face. Vote for me. You can see some booty in your face. You want to see some titties in your face? Vote for me. Meg Thee Stallion, come do it again. Show them your G-string draws. Go on, show them. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? This is a presidential. It's people all over the world, countries, all these countries looking at us like, this is the American president? Like, this is how they get the president? Look at Kim Jong in North Korea. What do they do whenever they have something going on? They throw a big-ass party. It's a Kim Jong-un party. What are they doing? They throw a big-ass party. They always throwing big-ass parties. Let's all dance. They doing weird shit. They doing dancing, all this shit. They having arts and fairs and festivals, and that's all they doing. Oh, pray for 6-year-old Emma fighting for her life. All right, Ron, we'll do, brother. And yet we sitting here watching that go down right here in America, Instead of a president saying, for the last 4.5 years, we have went down in a hole. We are not the leaders in a whole lot of shit we used to be. We got corporations taking over. We got American workers being paid less than what they've ever been paid, especially drivers out there. We got corporations having higher profits than they ever had before. Look at the 41K on the Dow right now. We need to fix something. We need to equalize this shit. We got to equalize it. We got to equalize. We don't have that type of presidential vice president even saying that. We don't have her saying that. We got her saying, hey, we got a girl wearing some 6-inch heels finna put her booty in the face. Come to my show. Come to my speech. Meg Thee Stallion gonna be here. Ooh, I'll be there. Yeah, come on down. We're gonna have Ice Spice next. She's gonna put her booty in your face too. Come on down. Yeah. This is the kind of shit we dealing with right now. Like this, I'm like, these people can't be serious. They can't be serious. I'm like, this is how y'all getting votes? I'm like, nobody's seeing this. Nobody's seeing it. Like, nobody's actually paying attention to what's going on. Like, the seriousness of it. We've got gangs. We've got all these YouTube content creators. And that's why I like it on YouTube more than I like it on Facebook. Facebook, they'll put a picture of a fucking puppy, a mountain, a sunset. But the moment you talk about reality in America, oh, I can't stand your page. You losing your people, man. You gonna lose your people talking about this serious shit. Facebook is fuckbook. It's a bunch of fucked up people over there. I like it over there, but people wonder, why is your Facebook only got like 600 people over here? Because that's only 600 motherfuckers I can stand over here. It's too many of these motherfuckers over here. And some of those 600 probably should be kicked off my page any fucking ways. I get that motherfucker down to 300 real quick. It's like, give a fuck about these people. I get that shit all the way down. And it's like, my shit is YouTube. My shit is where the truth could be told. We can tell the truth over here. We can talk over here. We can have debate and conversation over here. We could do that. I see other content creators really telling the truth. We are the news. We are the ones out there. We're not CNN giving bullshit interview. And I'm gonna show you some funny shit. Because the other day I was, wait a minute, cancel that. I almost got off my motherfucking live stream. Shit, I almost got off a live. I'm gonna show y'all some shit. Show y'all some shit that Kamala Harris lying ass. And this is probably gonna be the last video I'll show for today, because y'all gotta see this. Y'all have to see this. Because I'm sitting there like, you gotta be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. Wait a minute, where is it at? Where is that? Oh, it ain't nowhere in here. Nowhere in here. Let me see something. Oh, let me see something. I gotta go to history, because I know it's in history. It's not in my watch later, because for some reason I didn't put it in watch later. I don't know why I did. It was really good though, because I was talking shit about it the other day. And I was like, how in the hell is nobody even mentioning this? That was Sky News Australia. This is a puff piece here. Oh man. Maybe this is it right here, because it's just. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Nope, that ain't it. Wait a minute. Y'all gonna love this shit. Oh, I think this is it right here. This is it. Y'all gonna love this. Because I actually said this on my channel the other day. I was saying how, it's funny how her and Tim showed up at the interview together, because it's like, when you get your first orientation at McDonald's and they say, hey, bring a friend. We're going to teach both of you how to do fries at the same time. They say that shit at McDonald's when you little. Bring a friend. Because what McDonald's does is when they hire you and you got to come to orientation, they want you to bring a friend to orientation. So your friend gets like, oh, I want to work here too. And it's like they recruit through you. You're already hired. You're excited. Hey, bring a friend to orientate. We'll teach. And they let everybody walk through the back. They kind of bring you in earlier, late at night, and they just show you. And your friend now wants a job there. This shit right here cracked me the fuck up because I said this on my channel the other day without even knowing this. I didn't even know this. I was talking about McDonald's and French fries the other day. I had no idea I was predicting the future. Wait till y'all hear this.
Ever since Tiananmen Tim got busted for lying about being a head coach, inflating his military service, and telling Kamala he can't handle spice after winning a spicy taco competition, there's been growing doubts about the Harris-Walz campaign. Tonight, one of Kamala's key elements to her biography is come into question, and it's a big one.
Listen to this.
I want to ask a question about a topic that really unites America.
That's
Fast
a guy's
food.
voice.
Okay,
I thought it was a
here's the
girl's
deal.
voice.
I
turned around
heard
like,
a rumor that you worked at McDonald's. Is this true?
I did.
Listen to this.
I
Listen to
didn't
this.
know that about
When I was
you.
in school. Me too. I worked registered, drive-through, and grill. I was known as a triple threat. Okay, just for the record.
I did fries.
Just the
did
fries?
I did fries, and then I did the cashier.
Okay, I'm impressed. Fries are hard.
What's
producer
funny,
at prime
you
time.
know what? I was saying the other day on Facebook, I said, you know what? When her and Tim are sitting at that interview together, it's like, yeah, bring your friend. We'll teach you how to do fries at the same time. I was totally joking. 100% joking. I had no idea that this shit would come out to where she really worked at McDonald's, and really did French fries. I was like, wow. But that's not the best part of the story. The best part of the story is yet to come. I know, Latina, I said the same shit. I was like, because I'm in the kitchen and I'm listening to this and I hear talking. I'm like, what lady is this? Like asking her questions. I turn around, it's a dude in a suit. And I thought they were just showing the reporter, but wasn't showing the lady yet. No, it was the dude talking. I was like, hold the fuck up. I was like, wait a minute. I had to rewind that shit. Like, this really, I'm like, is this a joke? Like they playing a game with me right now? No, listen to what he's saying about Kamala working fries. The shit I was joking about. Listen to this.
I mean, he used to work the kitchen, says fries aren't hard. They're the easiest. And Kamala didn't even start talking about cooking fries until she decided to run for president. There was no mention of McDonald's in both of her memoirs. And so far, all reporters looking into it have found no evidence.
No evidence.
Andrew Kerr,
She worked at
reporter at the
McDonald's.
Washington Free Beacon, who's
I
been
was just
investigating
joking.
this story.
I was joking, and this
so
shit's
what'd you
real.
find?
Right. Well, Kamala's story about her job at McDonald's has shifted dramatically over the past couple weeks. At first, her campaign came out and said that this was a job she worked to pay her way through college. But now they say that she worked there for one summer just to earn a little extra spending money. So, yeah, we looked into it. Did she actually work at McDonald's? Well, she didn't mention it throughout the first several decades of her political career, made no mention of it in both of her books, including her 2019 memoir, in which she devoted an entire chapter to the struggles of service industry workers. There's been several biographies published about her in the past couple of years, none of which mention her job at McDonald's. The author of one of those biographies told us that he was not aware of the claim. We obtained a job application that Kamala filled out for a law clerk position in 1987 that instructed her to list every job that she had for the past 10 years. McDonald's is not mentioned in that job application or in her resume at that time.
Yep.
We reached out to McDonald's corporate several times asking, hey, can you confirm her employment? No response. We reached out to McDonald's in the Alameda area. None would say if Kamala worked at their location. We reached out to the Harris campaign asking, hey, can you specify which location in Alameda County that she worked at? And they won't answer. So it's possible that she did work at McDonald's for a few weeks in the summer of 1983. But when you put all this together, it just raises some very serious questions about what has become a foundational narrative that Democrats are relying on to connect Kamala Harris to the working class.
So McDonald's keeps pretty good records of their employees.
Right. They have a full-time archivist on file. We pestered them for weeks and never got a response.
So they know everybody who's ever worked at a McDonald's, and you give them a month or a couple weeks.
Like 3 of them.
And the maybe future president of the United States, something you'd want to brag about if you were McDonald's. They didn't get back to you with anything. That is, and you're right, Andrew, we're not saying she never worked at McDonald's. We're just saying it doesn't smell right and there's no evidence anywhere.
This is funny because I swear I was totally joking on Facebook the other day. Totally 100% joking. This came out 16 hours ago. I joked about 3-4 days ago. So for them to say that the whole issue around her campaign is her lying about working at McDonald's, when my whole joke on Facebook was saying her bringing Tim Walz to the interview was like when we used to go to McDonald's, they tell us, hey, bring your friend. We're going to both show you guys how to flip fries at the same time. And it was like, I was totally joking about the shit. And I'm like, it came out to be true. And she's lying about it. She's lying about it. I'm like, how could you? I worked at McDonald's Kirkwood first. Then got transferred to Kirkwood to Pear. Then I left Kirkwood. I mean, not Kirkwood to Pear. McDonald's down Watson Road, almost by Maplewood. Then I went the one from Maplewood all the way to the one in the Pear. The one in the Pear was the last one I worked at. And that was it, man. That was it. And I was like, man, she worked at McDowell's. Coming to America, she worked at McDowell's. The Big Mick. It's like instead of the Big Mac, the Big Mick. This shit, great idea. Stolen valor. Oh, Kamala has never worked at a McDonald's. I'm like, dude, how could you lie about working at a McDonald's? We all worked at McDonald's, and she lied. She has never wrote about McDonald's. She was trying to fit in with people. It's scary when you have to lie to try. You're throwing all these black concerts. You're throwing all this weird shit. Tim is lying about stuff. These people are complete bullshitters. It is a magic show. Complete bullshitters. Everybody out there is talking about, how she's, came from the bottom. This lady lied to get everything she did. She lied to get and now she's lying about working at McDonald's. Yeah, I worked the French fries. I was totally joking about that shit. And come to find out, she was lying about it. She never, and McDonald's won't say it. No book she's ever wrote, no memoir she's ever wrote, no job application she's ever filled out with prior jobs on it. These people are fucking hilarious. They're liars, man, to the core. Just lying about the most dumbest shit out there.
Anything else you'd like to add? You do a really good job with this investigative reporting.
Thank you. Yeah, I think a great comparison is the 2008 campaign. It was a big storyline. Obama's first job as an ice cream scooper at Baskin-Robbins. The difference with then and now is that there was no mystery at all surrounding Obama's first job. News outlets published the address of his Baskin-Robbins in Honolulu on their websites. Photographers posted photos of the location. Baskin-Robbins proudly touts on his website that Obama used to scoop ice cream for them. And the manager of that location joked to the LA Times in 2009 that she's professional after dealing with so many reporters during the 2008 campaign. The same just can't be said about Harris. There's nothing but mystery surrounding her claim to work at McDonald's.
Very mysterious. Maybe it was Burger King and she forgot. It's been a long time. Andrew Kerr, thanks as always.
So maybe it was Burger King and she forgot. Maybe it was Burger King and she just forgot where she worked. No telling. But I'm like, dude, how could you sit up and lie? They have the Big Mac. We have the Big Mick. It's like, how can you lie about working at McDonald's just to try to act like you one of us? She ain't like us. She ain't like none of us. This lady and everybody, nobody wants to say it was obvious. Everybody knows it was obvious because we see all the pictures of her at all the award shows and stuff like that. She basically slept with stars and slept with politicians to get where she is right now. We've seen all the pictures. She's walking around in skimpy ass dresses and shit, sleeping her way to the top, being people's girlfriends. And now that's how she eventually got worked into different inner crowds in California. She got worked into different crowds. So now here she is, lying. I worked at McDonald's. When did you ever work at McDonald's? Because it comes to show that she slept with a fry cook. It was like, it comes to show that you wouldn't even had to work at McDonald's with what you were doing in California. I mean, the people you were hanging around, getting you into certain circles and everything at that time, they wouldn't have allowed you to work at McDonald's with the money they got. They was basically paying you to hang with them. You was like a escort pretty much. You were being paid to hang out with people and sleep with people. That's real shit, and nobody wants to talk about it. Oh, that's shaming somebody. We talk that shit about Trump. We say Trump slept with hookers and shit. Who gives a fuck? But I'm saying at least keep it 100. Say what's real. She ain't never worked in McDonald's. Yeah, I worked at McDonald's. I was the fries. And then I went cashier. I was a cashier after that. You ain't never worked at McDonald's. Lying like a motherfucker, man. For no reason. Why lie? Just so you can seem common, relatable. Hey, I'm gonna have Meg Thee Stallion come back. If you guys want to vote for me, want me to have Meg Thee Stallion come back? Send me a friend request. I'm gonna have Meg Thee Stallion come back. It's like, quit trying to be cool with fucking people. Just be real. Everybody knows you are not as intelligent as you think. You're not as you think you are. 2, you won't speak to nobody because then people will find out how much intelligence you truly lack. And you've been given the positions you've been given in life from people. Every position she's got is from somebody she's been related to in some way, in some social way. That's how she gets her way through life, about who she knows, not necessarily what she knows. She has climbed the social ladder and parlayed that into a career. She climbs social ladders and she says, hey, can you give me a job? Hey, you know, you'll be a good candidate. Because she's easy to push around. She don't know enough. She don't know enough. Yeah, she's fried. Exactly. Get a mop in a bucket for this dirty ass fry area. I know drive-through cashier, man. That's funny shit. So I was just talking about the movie the other day. Me and my son, we need to watch it again. Exactly, man. That shit's funny. But yeah, man, and that's why I say, man, and the news, everybody's pointing out everything she's doing. And people just, they can't believe how much these people are just lying for no reason. They won't say a policy. Instead of talking policy, they're trying to work at the chum bucket. Instead of talking about policy and what they're really going to do versus what we really see what's going on, they're trying to lie about all this shit they did in their past. Oh yeah, I carried guns through the military. Oh, I did this, I did that. I worked at McDonald's. I was on the fry. They're lying about all this weird shit. And then on top of that, Tom Waltz lied. He said he doesn't do spicy things. He said he doesn't do spicy things. The most he does is black pepper. All right, DeWater, we'll see you, brother. The most he does is black pepper. They found out he was actually like the winner in some spice competition and Minnesota one time. He was actually the winner in the spice competition, like his own spice something crazy. I don't do spicy. No, we don't do spice. I'm like, why are these people lying for no reason? Like, and this stuff is easy to find out because all I got to do is pull up records. Hey, what year did he win that competition? Bam. Okay, that's the year he won a I thought you said you don't do spices. You don't need spices. You don't like spiciness. How'd you win a spice competition? That's like me saying, I don't like fishing, man. I hate fishing. I never go fucking fishing. But all of a sudden I win this fishing competition because I'm just so good at it. I beat everybody. It's like, Jeff, you won't even touch a worm on a hook, motherfucker. How'd you win? It's like, man, exactly. Just pathological lying for no reason. There's no reason to lie. Kamala, people gonna vote for you because you're black and you're a woman. You ain't gotta lie about working fries. People voting for you because you're a black woman. You ain't gotta lie about the French fries. You ain't gotta go that low. Yeah, I worked French fries and I was a cat. No, you were a black woman. You ain't gotta lie. People voting for you because you're a black woman. Tim, you following a black woman around, and it's crazy they gotta prop up a black woman in an interview by using a white guy, but they won't talk shit about a white guy. White supremacy. But you using a white guy to prop up a black woman at an interview. Why have the white guy there? Yeah, just to make her seem more believable, make her seem more serious. Like, why have him there? Nobody travels around with their fucking sidekick like Batman and fucking Robin. Say, hey, come with me. Let's go do this shit. Wham, zam, zip, bit, motherfucker. This ain't Batman and Robin. You don't need no fucking sidekick. Just go do the interview. Talk to people. Can't do that. Can't do it. Man, it's so much shit going on with this party, man. So much. And like I said, you got podcasters out there calling these people out. Podcasters saying shit about them. Man, it's just like, man, yep, Dems always play the emotions and not the facts. Hence, they lie to touch even the sheepless hearts. Man, yeah. Hey, all you people out there who are working in McDonald's, I was working McDonald's too. Vote for me. You could become president one day. Sure. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You didn't even work McDonald's. That's the thing. No, it was my apology. Screwing the fake GPS. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We talked about that, man. Yep. We talked about that. That's crazy, man. That shit's nuts. But yeah, man, I swear, it's like, I know this live stream is almost 3 hours long. I got to get my ass. I got to get fed and jump in the shower, get shit to go with my Juan Vargas platinum shirt now. Hell yeah. But man, it's a Jim Walsh's big daddy. Funny shit. But man, I'm glad you guys sat on it. Because like I said, I had a few things to show y'all on this stream, and I had a few things to show y'all. So I'm glad y'all sat here, rocked out with me, man. And it's like, I love the fact that you know, we can sit here and have disagreements, great conversation, laughing and joking and everything like that. But in the end of the day, we all won. We all really won. We're in the same boat together, man. And if we're in the same boat together, we're trying to do this shit. We're trying to go out and get this money together. We got to keep these cash rides going, keep these private rides building. Because if we ain't out here trying to make this money, I'm not doing no $8 rides all day. I'm not doing $20 for 25 miles. No. If I go 25 miles, I'm getting $60, $70 for that. I'm not, nah. I even go 15 miles for $60, $70. I go 15 miles. So why the hell am I going to get $20 for 25 miles when I'm getting $60 for 15 miles? I mean, the apps just ain't where it at, man. They not there, man. Apps are not where it's at. Deactivating American workers. So yeah, let's vote for her. I know deactivate the American workers, but I swear. So yeah, I get the best political updates here, Jeff. CNN getting eat a dick, LOL. And I tell people, man, my channel, I'm gonna keep it 100. And a lot of people can't take that shit, and that's cool. That's cool. 7 billion people on this planet. Motherfuckers can go mind their own business. 7 billion people on this planet. I guarantee I cannot satisfy all these people. I'm not here for everybody. Never been here for everybody. People don't want to fuck with me. I'm cool with that. I mean, I'm 51 years old. I've been through a lot of fucking people that can't deal with me, and I'm still doing okay. So if you need to see something softer to your heart, and you need to go watch a channel that's talking about how nice her hair is, and like I said, that CNN interview, everybody's calling it a wiffle ball interview. They gave her a wiffle ball. They never asked her any hard question about the term she just served and everything she just did. They never asked her anything about it. But I'm like, man, and I'm sitting there telling people right off the bat, if you're somebody who don't understand what's going on in America right now, if you don't understand what's going on in America, you are not paying attention. And I'm sitting there telling folks, I even look at, like I said, 216 Scano, he's one of those guys, like I said, he's straight in the streets. He's doing it all day. He's not somebody who's got any reason to lie to help or benefit Republicans in any way. He has no reason to do that, none whatsoever. So for me, because I'm a Republican and I say things out there, I'm like, why would I, lie and document lies that you can always disprove by pulling up a video or say, hey, Jeff, you're lying because here's a video right here showing this. I always put shit on video because I believe in the truth. I put it in video. And if you can counter it. I don't care. If you got a link, show me a link. I'll go look at your link. I take 2-3 hours on a video dropping shit. If you ain't even got a link to show me where you got your information from. Some girl the other day was trying to argue with me that Kamala never had 1,500 people in jail and kept them past their prison sentences. It was only 45 people. I was like, okay, just send me the link. I don't know where you got that information from, because to me, that information don't exist. You're not going to bullshit me and have me out searching on the internet for shit that don't exist. That's like you telling me, hey, Jeff, I threw a quarter in your front yard. If you can find that quarter, you can have it. And you never really threw a quarter out there. You were lying the whole time about it. What idiot would I look like searching my front yard for a quarter that you never threw out there? You just said it just to see if I would do it. And that's why I'm telling folks, join the 50 Club today. Here you go, brother. There you go. And that's why I tell folks, man, if I'm going to sit there and do that shit, if you say you have information on something, just drop the link because you got it from somewhere. Just drop the link. And of course the girl was, I ain't going to put no link up. You can go search Google for, because I know you're bullshitting. Because I can go to Google and type in 45 prisoners, Kamala Harris. You ain't never going to see that shit nowhere. You type in 1,500. Oh, a lot of shit pops up on the 1,500. A lot of shit pops up on the 1,500. On that 45, don't nothing pop up. So that's motherfuckers right there. They'll sit there and tell you some bullshit. Oh, yeah. She was only 45 people. Drop the link where you got that from, because nobody else knows what it is. Nobody else heard of that before. Oh, you can go search for it on. No, you're not going to play me like an idiot. Sorry, you not. Because if you ask me anything and you say, well, can you drop a link? Actually, I can, because I saved it in my watch later. Bam, here's a link right here. I ain't got to waste my time for shit. I save a lot of shit on my channel in my history or my watch later. I'll drop a link for you. So these people out here bullshitting you, you could just go search Google for you. I'm like, but when I search Google, the shit you're talking about doesn't exist. So how can you say search Google for some shit that you didn't even search Google for? You just made that shit up. You made it up. So you made it up, but you're going to tell me to go search Google for it on some shit you made up. Like I said, don't lie and say you threw a quarter in my front yard when you knew you didn't ever threw a quarter in the front yard. You just want to see if I'm stupid enough to go look in the front yard for a quarter that you never threw. I threw a quarter in your front yard. If you can find it, you can have it. Oh shit, it's a quarter in my front yard. Let's look for it. 2 days later, I'm like, man, I never found it, because you never really did it. Just like these fucking people out there. They never really found this information. They don't know what the hell they talking about. They just say shit. They say it and they hope you're stupid enough to go on Google and search for some shit they just made up in a fucking head. Google don't put imagination out there. You can't search for some shit you just imagine in your head and it just so happened to pop up in Google. That's why I say drop a link. Show me where you got that from. Because ain't nobody ever heard of that. Nobody I ever talked to ever heard of that. It's like, nope. Exactly. I can search your ass for it since that's where you pulled it from. Exactly. Search your ass for it because then you'll pull it right out of your ass. Ain't nobody ever said no shit like that. Out of the entire time of Kamala's 4 years of us even knowing this fucking lady exists, has anybody ever said she only put 45 people, she only prosecuted 45 people in her career? She only prosecuted 45 people in her entire fucking career. This motherfuckers prosecute 45 people in a week. It's like, you telling me she prosecuted 45 people in her whole career? I'm like, where'd you hear this shit from? But that's what these people do. They make this shit up. They make it up, man. And that's why, man. Oh yeah, Greg, I'm about to get off, man. We about to hit that 3 hour mark. I'm gonna try to jump off before the next 6 minutes pass. But I know a few people came in and, you know, we just had to close that little deal up real quick. I'm about to go in here and cook me something to eat, shower up. I got to hit the road tonight, man. Tonight's going to be a good night. Friday night, let's make that bank. Let's make that money because we got to get up tomorrow and do some private rides. So let me check my phone real quick. Oh, I got 4 messages. What's going on in here? Nothing. Oh, that's some RNC shit. Whatever. I don't know where they got my number from. I'm like, the RNC be sending me shit all the fucking time. What up, Gig Wise? Yeah, man, let's go out there and get it. Let's go out there and get it, brother. So, man, I appreciate you guys for rocking with me on this live stream. Thank you guys for the super chat. Hey, if y'all out there tonight, don't forget, man, rock out. Talk to your riders. Let them know you're here to help. Hey, I know you dropped $65 on this ride. I'm only getting like fucking $22 out of the 65. Let's do it for 45 and call it good. Oh, let's do it. Save them 20 bucks. Save them 20 bucks real quick. Oh, concert at Wild Horse Pass. Oh, you know it's going to be black rides coming out of there. You know it. I'll probably go sit over on the sit down on Chandler and the 101, or what is that? Yeah, Chandler and the 10. I'll probably sit on Chandler and the 10 and hang out and just pluck rides from there. Because what they like to do is go wait and save. And we get the wait and save rides or sit at that little gas station right there. Man, have a great weekend, Jeff. I had a killer week insurance, 4 deals, 5K. Oh, there you go, brother. Keep that insurance rolling, brother. 4 deals, 5K. Hey, that's much better than rideshare. Trust me on that shit. Way better than rideshare, man. Keep doing it, man. Keep going out there getting that money, brother. Keep getting it, man. I'm glad you took that route because you shows it, man. I'm getting back into insurance, man. It's a leap. It's a leap of faith, and it's paying off, ain't it? Because you trust yourself. You trust yourself. Just like Greg said, we got to talk straight up with confidence. That's what you do with your insurance game, man. You talking straight up with confidence, man. That's how you do it, brother. And like I said, pretty soon, you're going to have a staff of 3 working up under you. Keep that shit going. You're going to have a staff of 3, man. So it's like, man, yeah, Jay Leno in town today. Oh, shit, I didn't know that. We're going to get it. We're going to get it, brother. He says it's getting easier every day. There you go, brother. Yeah, it's about to scope out downtown. It's been good so far. Oh, yeah, Nashville always doing something, man. Y'all going to have a lot of music festivals going on now. Y'all got a lot of music festivals about to hit Nashville, man. So, hey, be ready. This fall, we're all football. We got the stadium going. We're going to have baseball going. We're going to have, hopefully, spring training starting to, ramp up a little bit. People going to be at these little stadiums and shit around here next. Man, it's about to get crazy. Jay Leno doing rideshare in a steam engine car. Funny, man. But hey, man, y'all be easy out there, man. Once again, appreciate y'all for rocking with me. I know my live streams get kind of long. They get very informative. We go through a lot of topics. And every live stream, man, we do this every live. I show videos of what I've seen, research that I've got, so I can show people exactly what's going on in the world around us. So we know what to talk about when we get people in our cars, when we're hanging out at Quick Trip, when we're sitting around chatting and talking. We know we got content to talk about with people. So we can explain to people the truth about this world around us and what's going on. Not just about, yeah, well, I'm going to get a surge. I'm going to get a challenge. Oh, yeah, I'm going to get like me some reservation rides and some NEMTs. It's corny shit. We talk about real life because we're real people. And real people talking about real life get real results. Know that shit. There's all these motherfucking nerds out there who don't know what they're doing and they scared to talk about real life. Those are the ones who never get the money. Just like I said, I talked to that guy earlier today. And what did he say? Oh, man, I think if you talk negatively about the apps, people won't tip you. The logic is not there, dude. 1 + 1 is not equaling 2 right there for you. Talking negatively about the apps actually gets people to realize, damn, we getting fucked over too. Tell you what, you want to be my private driver? That gets results right there. Real life gets real results. When you want to sit around and act like these apps is nothing but daffodils and flowers being blown up your ass, you're going to be getting daffodil rates. $11 rides, $9 rides, $6 rides, $3 rides. Meanwhile, we getting $100 rides, $80 rides. This is how we do it, man. This is how we do it. And we ain't even got to move these cars. My car can sit in the driveway all day. I can still make $200 on like 2-3 rides. My car been sitting in the driveway all day. Meanwhile, there's some driver who's been a pigeon, who's been out there driving 10 hours. Oh, man, 10 hours, man. I'm at $180 already. Oh, I might hit 200 today. I'm going to leave my house and be out the house about 2-3 hours and hit that 200. You got to know your worth out there, man. Know your worth. Anybody can do it. Car don't matter. What matters is you and your level of customer service. If you can go up and talk to somebody, hey, man, I'm only getting $19 for this ride right here. Oh, shit, 19? I paid $56 for it. Tell you what, $40 is fair? $40 is fair. Bet. There you go. You do 5 more of those, you just made $200. And you ain't did shit but ride like, maybe 3-4 hours. You done made $200 in 3 or 4 hours. Your day is done. You can call it good if you want to, or you can keep driving if you want to. This is what we do on this channel over here, man. We don't play that shit. You can blow, daffodils all over the apps if you want to all day. You could do that, but it's not going to work, man. It's not going to work for everybody. But what is going to work is you making money for you, letting these apps get rid of people. Because once these apps start getting rid of people, everybody who you see pumping and promoting the apps, they're going to be like, yeah, I need to start doing cash rides. Too late. All the customers already got teams they working with. Everybody going to have teams they working with, and people going to be scampering at the end, and they're going to become pigeons on private rides now. Oh, if these guys are doing it for 100, I'll just undercut them. Now pigeons are going to start doing it. Just like Jamil told me one day, he says, dude, whenever you're doing your pricing, make sure you don't undercut yourself. Because if you sell, and like today, the girls we were dealing with today, the way we were constructing our, because we were going back and forth through text, and she said, well, let me call you. So she just called me, and then we were talking. I was in the kitchen talking, dealing with the dogs and everything, and we structured the deal exactly how it should have been structured. It was pretty good, very affordable to them. It was worth our time and everything. They got 2 trucks at the price they wanted 2 trucks for, and they end up having to do half Uber, half trucks. So it's like, cool, you're going to do half Uber, half private instead of full private. We cool with that. And in the end, everybody wins. Because I guarantee if Uber was running this deal, me and Jamil would not be making the money we make right now. There's no way possible me and Jamil would be making the money we make if Uber structured this deal. Because Uber would make sure they got most of the money, and me and Jamil was going to be desperate enough to go out and drive for the rest of the night. We can do 1 ride tomorrow, and we're done for the day. 1 ride. That's it. We might do it. We're about to find out. So, all right, y'all. No, down Facebook was happy with $300 after giving 38 rides. Yeah. It ain't no way I'm gonna be doing no 38 rides for no $300. Shit, I could do 2 rides and make 400 and be done. I could do 2 rides and make 400. Well, I'm gonna do 38 for 300. These people are fucking nuts out there, man. These people are fucking nuts. So, man, you guys be easy out there. Like I said, the end of this stream, we're at 3 hours and 2 minutes.